steps to the right, dashes, reaches, touchdown!
You listen to 100.5 ESPN WTLX Monona, Madison.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good morning, Madison and streamers everywhere. I'm Jesse Nelson. Sports Center brought to you by Ho Chunk Gaming Madison, home of smoke-free slots and the highest payout percentage in the area. Ho Chunk Gaming Madison. More spins, more wins, more fun. The Milwaukee Brewers continue a dominant run as the calendar turns to June. The Crew takes 2 of 3 over the weekend in Houston against the Astros, including a 2-0 shutout victory. If it's a shutout, you know what happened. Jacob Misiorowski again dazzling on the mound. 7 innings, 3 hits, no runs allowed, struck out 8. The Miz having one of the best months ever for a starting pitcher as a Milwaukee Brewer throughout the month of May. The Brewers back in action tonight at American Family Field as they play host to the San Francisco Giants. 6:40 first pitch. Listen to it on the Brewers Network flagship, 620 WTMJ, and right here on Madison's home of the Brewers, 100.5 ESPN. Meanwhile, football OTAs continue this week for the Green Bay Packers. Check out the latest from Titletown, including the latest on Josh Jacobs' developments from Rob Domofsky over at ESPN.com, and coming up on Wilde and Tausch.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com. 3-time Wisconsin Sports Writer of the Year, Jason Wilde.
Our very first guest in the history of Wilde and Tausch, which will be, I'm sure, a long and distinguished history.
Packers Hall of Famer Mark Tauscher.
Aaron Rodgers, give us an over-under on what number would you set for how many shows we do here?
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio at ESPN Madison.
I'm going to say daily 52 weeks a year. I'm going to say you do about 230.
And celebrating 10 great years on ESPN Wisconsin.
And then what happens?
No, then Tausch kind of bows out.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
It is the Monday edition. The beginning of our celebration of our 10 years together, our 10th anniversary coming up in August edition. We will unveil one of the things that we'll be doing leading up to that celebration, which will be our 10 for 10 series presented by Outdoor Living Unlimited, where we will have a guest from our past edition. And we will have to wait and see what Jesse has planned for Whoa Nelly, because his predecessor may be involved in the program a little bit later. A little competitive angle to that edition of Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee, 100.5 ESPN Madison, 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam. ESPNWisconsin.com, the ESPN app, your Alexa smart speaker, streaming live video, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and, of course, everything you need on the ESPN Wisconsin app, which you can find both in the Apple and Android app stores. I'm Jason Wilde in Green Bay. Jesse Nelson is in the Everlight Solar ESPN Madison studios. And from a different, undisclosed location, does not look like a bus, looks more like a coffee shop.
Does it?
It does a little bit.
Oh, good.
I think the barista's over your right shoulder. He is the Packers Hall of Famer, and he lasted much longer than Aaron Rodgers thought he would, and I hope he continues because I like doing this job. He is the Packers Hall of Famer. He is Mark Tauscher. Tausch, good morning. How are you, and where are you?
I am at the TPC Wisconsin, where the AmFam Championship Week. It started today, baby. We're getting going. We have the Annex Wealth Management Pro-Am that I'm going to be jumping out a little bit early for. I think we tee off at 11:30. So that's what we're got going on out here. So today's kind of the launch. Then tomorrow they do the Pro-Am pairings party and all that. And then they got the Pro-Ams. And obviously we'll be out here on Friday to get the whole thing kicked off Friday morning.
And they're doing that team thing again, right? So, like, our guy Tung Chai Jai D would be paired with somebody else, and then they would try and win as a team, right?
So who was the last I think, was it Tung Jai that was the last champion, or was that Darren Clark? Because if the format sticks, that guy will end up being the last individual champion of the AmFam champ. But we'll see.
I feel like Ernie Els won the last one.
Jesse,
and
you're
Strick
the AmFam
was in the
champ
mix
historian.
for it.
Strick had a good look at it. Yep. But I don't even know who won last year. But
Strick,
I know this.
I think was trying to repeat, if I remember correctly. But Jesse, fact check me on that.
I am looking it up right now. It's going to take a second.
Okay.
Awesome. Helpful.
So that's where I'm at.
I've already got it. I got it.
Okay,
I got it.
Oh, I got it. I got it too.
No,
I don't have it.
Took you a while. As I mentioned, Tung Chai Jai D won it in 2022.
Okay.
Strick won it in 2023. Ernie Els, yes, thank you very much, won it in 2024. Then it moved.
That was the one that went to the playoff, and Strick missed a pretty short putt that could have.
He was the runner.
What are you saying,
Jesse?
What are you saying, Jesse?
Might have to have a conversation about
and then last year, the team of Darren Clark,
Clarky,
and Thomas Bjorn won it. The runners-up were multiple teams. 4 teams finished as the runners-up, including Steve Stricker and Mario Tiziani. Also, someone named Dickie Pride was
Richard D. Pride. Yep. Got to have a lot of pride.
So we will be there on Friday. I would love to know when the Packers have an OTA practice that's going to be open to reporters. We don't know that for this week yet. We're still apparently in a holding pattern on that piece of information. But as we wait for that, we will get ready for the AmFam Championship, and we will be there on Friday. The first year was 2016, which, oh, by the way, happened to be the first year of our show's existence as well. Mm-hmm. It was a big year. And that was the year that Tony thought the Packers' season was a failure, and he wanted to see the Vikings win a Super Bowl. So we'll see what he has to say about that as we get into the show a little bit later. Tausch, what are you excited about this? Is this I know you've been working very hard on this.
On what?
I think on the 10th anniversary.
Yeah. I think our team, we have obviously, as you know, we have a great team, marketing and content and everyone else. And this topic was broached. And I think we both, I will speak for you in this. I think we both were excited about the fact that we've made it to 10 years, but we also don't want this to be, we're so great. It is a nice accomplishment. I know when we did our first show and we had Aaron on as our first guest, and I think did 3 hours with him, he joked, and I thought, 10 years, especially in this business, you see how much transition there is and how much change there is, and how we've now went from only being on air to doing digital and to doing basically a TV show on 2 different YouTube channels. It's changed, and it is. I love the fact that we've been able to adjust and make it work. So I'm happy that with our partners and with our fans, we're able to kind of celebrate this, and we'll be having a big to-do. I don't know, is that announced yet, Jesse, that we're going to be doing something big later on in this summer? But we have to thank our fans for sticking with us and growing with us throughout this 10 years, because it's been better than I actually thought it was going to be when we first got started.
Here's to another 10. So we will kick off one of the many different things that we're doing to celebrate 10 years with our 10 for 10 series. We will talk to the OG, the original producer of Wilde and Tausch, Tony Cartagena. That kicks off in the 11 o'clock hour. We got a lot we want to get to before that, and not a lot of self-congratulatory stuff. We're just going to keep doing shows like we do shows. And Tausch is right. We are extremely grateful to be still on the air and still together. But we neither one of us wanted to make this a lot about us, but we are incredibly grateful to all of our teammates who have made it possible for us to get this far. And to all of you who listen or watch every day, which is crazy to say, by the way, the watch part. Like, when we started this, there was nothing like that. And now that's a key component to what we do. And then beyond that, obviously, I'm just going to thank Old Boy because I do brag all the time about the one good decision I made, which was when Craig Karmazin and Evan Cohen asked me who would I want to do a show with if I could pick anybody, and I picked the right guy. So that is the one thing I brag about on this show.
All right, Jesse. So tell us about your big trip.
Yes,
that's nice of you to
that's
say.
That's exactly what I was setting up.
All right, Jelly Belly. What do we got
Welcome
going
home.
Good to be back, fellas.
Wait a minute. You just talked normally.
Yeah, why are you not Bostonian?
I thought for sure
Bostonian.
You'd have this annoying Boston accent that we would have to wait weeks to get rid of.
I mean, here's the thing.
Oh, boy.
I loved it. We had a great trip. It was three parts. We went to Boston for the first part, went to a Red Sox game, did a whole tour, went to Acadia National Park in Maine, got to see the sights of the...
Tell me you got a pie.
Blueberry?
You found
Blueberry?
a pie.
I wanted
From
to
somebody's window?
I wanted to be my own man. Blueberry cheesecake was what I found in Maine.
Was it homemade, though?
It was a homemade blueberry cheesecake, and it was it was fantastic.
All right.
Yes.
$30 or more.
Less, but not by much. We went to a lobster shack right on the ocean, which was pretty cool. I don't like lobster, turns out, but the fish was good. And then our final stop was Burlington, Vermont, which was very Madisonian. A lot of similarities between Madison and Burlington, Vermont. Watched the sunset over Lake Champlain. It was beautiful. While we were on the tour in Boston, the tour guide, Bob, asked, he didn't have a thick Boston accent. He said he had worked in public relations and during college got rid of his Boston accent, even though he was born and raised there. But he was able to bring it out when called upon. And then he said, does everybody here know how to talk with a Boston accent? And Becca and her two friends immediately looked at me, and I said, of course I know how to talk with a Boston accent, Bobby. Yeah. I've been doing that's how I met my wife back at Maury's Bar in Beaver Dam all those years ago. And he said, that doesn't sound like a Boston accent.
What did he say it sounded
Well,
like?
and then this apparently Bostonians, I got half of it right, apparently. They don't say ours at the end of their sentences or their
that's
words.
A pirate.
They don't
That's
say
a pirate.
R. But he said they replace it with AAH. So wicked smart. Going to the park. And
Park the car.
when I do it, I go with like a UH, which apparently still brings out the R sound. So there were a whole bunch of... in Maine, we stayed in Bar Harbor.
Harbor.
I said Bar Harbor. And they said, no, it's Bar Harbor. I said, no, Bar Harbor. Bar Harbor. And so it became a whole thing that I was kind of offended by, that they told me it wasn't a good Boston accent.
Wait, you were offended?
Yeah, because I think it is a good Boston accent. I don't care what anyone from Boston says. I think I do it right.
Boy, is that on brand.
Just because tour guide Bob says, oh, that doesn't sound right. Like, I think he just knew I was the guppy of the group and he could pick on me a little bit. I think it's a perfectly fine Boston accent. But I was told otherwise, so I might have to do some self-examination on how often to bring that out and to what extent, because I did not fit in with the Bostonians at Fenway Park or otherwise.
I can't imagine how crestfallen
It was
you were by
tough.
this.
It was a tough L to take. It was a tough one.
So does this change? Does it alter the way Becca views you, that she fell for a poor man's Boston accent? It wasn't even accurate?
Of course not. She thought it was great that someone finally told me it stinks.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Good for her.
Which I thought was also kind of rude on her part. But it was maybe just not my trip there in Boston. We did have a ton of fun. Saw a lot of history. Learned a lot. Went to Salem where they did the witch trials. What I learned during the trip, and I think there's a Wisconsin sports tie to this that I want to see if we want to dabble in.
Okay.
A lot of the history that we learn is not right.
Oh, boy. Oh boy!
Like, what? Every stop we did all these tours.
The Earth is not flat.
No. Hear me out on that.
Okay.
Before I got out there, the girls stopped by Plymouth Rock, and they learned the Pilgrims didn't actually land at Plymouth Rock. They landed somewhere else. But like 100 years later, some guy was writing an article for a newspaper, and he's like,
fake news.
Let's just say it was.
News.
Let's just say it was Plymouth Rock, and then everybody embraced it, and that became like where the Pilgrims landed. But it wasn't really where the Pilgrims landed. The Salem witch trials. It was only 4 months. As the tour guide said, it was just one bad summer in Salem that has become the dark history of the entire town. Like, you hear about the Salem witch trial, you think it's like all, spanning multiple decades and like this lengthy thing. It was 4 months long.
I never thought that.
Paul Revere's Midnight Ride. There's all kinds of things wrong about that. There were 19 guys on horseback that were riding to the different places to tell everybody the British were coming, which they also never said. But Paul Revere...
But what did they say?
Because
they didn't say the British are coming. What did they say?
They just kind of, like, the signal was, one if by land, two if by sea. They got the signal, and so they just had to go to where, the station was set up and say, hey, they're coming on the sea. And then they got all ready. And then Revere went on to wherever, Concord or Lexington.
He got a coffee and he went on.
He rode to New Hampshire and got captured by the British after. Like, there's a whole bunch of things that, like, the poem, the poet even said, I'm a poet, not a historian. So there's a bunch of things that they don't share in history classes and other things that are actually right about the history of it. The Boston Massacre was 5 people, which... I mean, tragic that 5 people died, but when you hear massacre, you think, oh, hundreds of people. It was 5 people, but Paul Revere and Sam Adams used that as a thing to rile up the revolution when they went town to town saying, did you guys hear about the Boston Massacre? And people were, massacre? Oh, we gotta get away from the Brits. They're terrible. They massacred people. So there's all kinds of things. And I wonder, what I thought about all this as I learned all of it, are there things in Wisconsin sports history that we remember not quite factually accurately to how they actually played out?
Yeah, every state resident was at the Ice Bowl. Like, that is, everybody will say that they went, and there was probably only, 50-some thousand people that were available to go, right? Wasn't that outside of that, I don't think... Maybe there's other stuff but no. What did you have in mind, Jesse, when you broached this? Because there's obviously something that you were thinking of, or you wouldn't have thought of this.
Well, the first one that comes to mind, which you guys remind everyone of regularly, but I think fans think differently. The 2010 Green Bay Packers were not like the best team in football that ended up going on to win the Super Bowl.
I don't think anybody thought that we were. We were the 6th seed.
Well, you were gone. We had a conversation about how 2014 was a better team.
I did listen to a little bit of that on, I think, Friday's podcast on the ESPN Wisconsin app. The 2008 Milwaukee Brewers trade for CC Sabathia, and it's all, celebrations on. They make the playoffs for the first time since 2008. They still had to fire Ned Yost with 2 weeks to go in the season because they were falling apart. They were crumbling. And they needed an epic collapse by the Mets just to get in as the wild card team at the end of the season. Like, there was a lot that had to break their way, and they weren't in a good position just because they went and got CC Sabathia to make the playoffs that year and snap that streak. The Bucks in the COVID season, looking at the Giannis era and the Bud era, I think we look at that and had the season not shut down, how that would have probably changed the legacies of Giannis and Chris Middleton and the Bucks as a whole, with a really good chance to go back-to-back because they were in a position to be the 1 seed and look like the best team in basketball when the season shut down, and they weren't the same when they returned in the bubble in Orlando. So were a few things that came to mind. I'm working on a Gary Anderson take as a head coach of the Wisconsin Badgers.
I'm working on a Gary Anderson take.
Like, Gary Anderson still got them to the Big Ten championship. We look back on the 2 years of Gary Anderson like it was an epic failure and a huge mistake and that it was a terrible hire.
It's because the West was bad.
Like, yeah, there were recruiting differences, and obviously moving on after 2 seasons, everybody realized that wasn't going to work out long term. But it wasn't like that was an abject failure of 2 seasons. The Badgers still made it to the Big Ten championship, winning the Western Division. Like, yeah, they lost real bad. But it wasn't like those seasons were horrible under Gary Anderson. It's certainly been worse the last couple of years. So those are some of the things that I think Wisconsin history, sports history, we look back on it a little differently than how they truly played out.
Well, I don't understand what you're saying, because all of this has been pretty well reported. There's nothing that gets reported on more, especially in this state, than the Green Bay Packers. We had 150 beat writers, right? We got more media than you could ever shake a stick at. Nothing really gets lost or left. How would you view this? And I just had my buddy Wise just text me about Milwaukee, the baseball team. They stunk all year. Nobody's going to remember that they stunk all year. Does that mean that the storytelling is inaccurate? They're going to remember that they just had these massive wins and have a chance to go to the Big Dog World Series. So is that not true? That's true. And it can also be true that that team wasn't very good for most of the season, right?
Mm-hmm. You brought up the Ice Bowl. It reminded me of a story that we told during our first year of the show about Ryan and Sean Melliman's dad stealing Vince Lombardi's hat at the end of the Ice Bowl. That brought back a fun memory, and I ended up double dipping, of course, and writing about it for ESPN.com. Jesse, there's something here. It feels like a little unfleshed out since you were obviously traveling back from your trip. But I think there are probably examples of, I don't want to say inaccurate reporting, maybe forgetting the true story,
the way you remember
details,
it. Right, the way you remember it.
I think that's fair. I mean, look, I think, are there some people that have forgotten this? And I certainly haven't, because I remember watching this play on television. Deshaun Jackson's punt return, which if he doesn't return that punt to win that game, the Packers don't even make the playoffs. It doesn't matter. Instead, they not only make the playoffs, but they go win the Super Bowl 45. So there's something here. I'll give you that. But it probably needs to be fleshed out. Flesh it or flush it, am I right? A little bit more. But before we can do any of that, and we've got a lot more we want to get to as we kick off our celebrations of 10 years. Speaking of 10 years, with us from the beginning, Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Indeed, and if you're shopping for new windows and doors, you should never include haggling. Pella sticks to straightforward pricing, honest conversations, and helping homeowners find the right fit for their home, and they never use high-pressure sales tactics. When you buy direct through Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, the same team that manufactures your windows and doors also sells, installs, and will service them. Real pricing, premium quality, with no games. Schedule your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
More Wilde and Tausch straight ahead. Stick around.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
$2.3 million. A recent Schwab survey of Americans says that it takes $2.3 million to be wealthy. Well, you may have had your financial plans set on a bigger or a more humble number. But if you're looking for added insights on how to get there or how to avoid some tax pitfalls on the way, Annex Wealth Management is ready to listen. Mark Tauscher here, and whether your situation is complex or simple, the Annex Wealth Management team can give you wealth expertise and guidance on reaching your goals. Annex Wealth Management. Know the difference.
On the air, on demand, on social, on Wisconsin Sports. Serving Wisconsin sports fans. This is 100.5 ESPN.
Get ready for the ultimate Saturday night at Hard Rock Casino Rockford. Join us for the all-new Queen of Hearts drawing at 4, 6, 8, and 10 p.m. This is your chance for royal glory. When your name is drawn, choose the right card and you can win a life-changing jackpot, up to $150,000. The longer the Queen stays hidden, the bigger the jackpot grows. Let's Hard Rock with the Queen of Hearts only at Hard Rock Casino Rockford. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER or text ILGAMB to 833-234.
A strong team makes all the difference, and Everlight Solar just expanded theirs. Everlight now offers roofing and exterior services for homeowners dealing with storm damage. From the first call to the final repair, Everlight quickly handles everything under one roof. When your roof takes a hit, you've got a team behind you. Start today at everlightroofing.com. That's everlightroofing.com. Everlight, powering through any storm. A proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics.
ESPN Madison and Zimbrick Honda are celebrating the area's best high school sports stories with the Game Changers of the Month. Follow ESPN Madison on social media to see the teams recognized for making a positive impact in the community. It's the Game Changers of the Month, presented by Zimbrick Honda.
Tournament host Steve Stricker joins a legendary group of PGA Tour champions at the American Family Insurance Championship. Catch the action June 5th through the 7th with an exciting team competition at TPC Wisconsin in Madison. This year's AmFam Champ concert features Little Big Town with special guests Randy Houser and May Estes. Friday, June 5th at Breeze Stevens Field. All proceeds support the Steve Stricker American Family Insurance Foundation and American Family Children's Hospital. Get your tickets today at amfamchampionship.com.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Condon Jewelers, the jeweler on the east side, the jeweler on your side. When you see Diamond Jim, you can count on him to be on your side. Selection beyond compare with on-site repair, so you can wear your jewelry with pride. Condon Jewelers, the jeweler on the east side, the jeweler on your side.
The World of Outlaws Sprint Car Series is set for an action-packed weekend in Wisconsin. Saturday, June 6th, the stars of the sprint cars take on Plymouth Dirt Track with racing at 7:30. Then, Sunday, June 7th, the action continues at Angel Park Speedway for the Ted Johnson Memorial with racing starting at 6:30 p.m. Get your tickets now at slspromotions.com or call 815-344-2023.
Serious truck crash? Call Gruber Law Offices today.
This is our crew.
2-2 pitch to Yelich, and a fly ball left center field, hit well. Racing back is Torres at the track, wall gone! Christian Yelich!
Madison's home of the Brewers, 100.5 ESPN.
Jesse will continue to workshop his misremembering history topic. We'll circle back to it. But you sent a text yesterday, and I didn't know if it was regarding something related to Jesse, because all it said was umpiring and being bullied.
Yeah. Sounds like old T was missing me.
Two things Jesse knows a lot about.
Yeah. This is my wheelhouse.
No, I'm just so obviously it's that time of the year. Sarah and I are coaching our daughter's league team, which has been fun. We're turning things around. We're going to be all right. But going to these tournaments, and I'll have a take later this week that I think is going to be super interesting. Since we're now teasing takes like Jesse did, I'm going to tease a take on club sports and where they fit in our society. There's a great article in the New Jersey something that I was able to read. It was really interesting. I think it's a very, especially with now baseball tournaments and everything else. But it happened again. Max played his last JV baseball game of the year because tournaments are starting, et cetera, this week. And he played on Saturday. And we were in Oconomowoc. And by the way, stopped at the great Sendik's there, went into the cheese curd bar. I was able to tell you, it was fun. I went and got a nice bowl of soup because it was a little chilly, and it was chili that I got, and then I grabbed some others. So that part was great, but I get back, and there was an ump, and he is probably 80 years old. God bless him. He's out there. He's been umping for years. I don't know how many games he's got in. And one of our kids, we do this every time because Sun Prairie, this just happens to Sun Prairie for whatever reason. We have a couple of things that we pick people off with consistently, and everybody is embarrassed that they get picked off, so they always think it's a balk. Well, it's not a balk, and it's so frustrating. As a matter of fact, when we got some tournaments coming up this summer, I always would just tell our coach, I'm like, sometimes I'm not even sure it's worth it because it's such a fight. But it's right. It's the right thing, and our kids steal outs, and it's good. Our kid picks a kid off of second base. They call him out. Both umps. And, I mean, between the two umps, they're 160 years old. Both guys are 80 years old. They've seen everything.
Okay.
Well, everybody runs into their dugout, and the coach from Oconomowoc comes out, and he totally bullies the ump into changing his call. And so everybody has to run back out on the field. They do this, and I'm thinking to myself, why don't you just ump the game? If you want to ump the game, I have no problem because coaches can influence umps. Jesse knows this as well. And when you're right, you're right. But I'm to the point where it's so frustrating to watch umps get bullied, especially veteran umps like this 80-year-old. It sent a really bad message to me, and that's why I text you guys that.
So, well, how did you react?
You can't overturn them. I just yelled something sitting in my cheap seats with my boy Danny Hannon. We just were yelling like, you can't do the call 10 minutes later. Like, you can ABS it. You get 2 seconds. You don't get 3 hours to go back and do it. And by the way, they smoked us. Like, they beat us 10-0. Get over it. Like, come on, dude. If it's 5-4 in the sixth, okay, I kind of get it. 10-0, I can't get on board with it. So I was frustrated. By the way, I ain't mad at the coach. He's just doing his job. I'm mad at the ump. This guy's a veteran, salty.
Wait a minute. You're not mad at the coach. He bullied the umpire.
No, I'm mad at the ump for allowing umps. You can't get bullied.
I feel like you should be mad at both.
No, I'm not mad at the coach. He's trying to do what's best for his team.
Would you have done that?
Oh yeah, I'd do it. Because
Wait a minute.
My point is, stop letting it work, Jesse. When you make the call and stick with it. Nobody asked for the ump didn't ask for help from this other ump. He didn't ask. And when there's no ask, the coach can't come out and force his hand. You can't start appealing calls. If the play is at second base, it's the second base ump's call. You don't go back to home plate. If the home plate ump wants to, he could say, hold up. He didn't. He's sitting there drinking lemonade, and the coach comes out, and then they change the call 5 minutes later. It's crazy.
So I have been in a situation as a field umpire before. Now, it wasn't a balk. Balks are usually they're pretty obvious whether it's a balk or not. And
well, they don't know the rules.
You don't really overturn a balk unless you just straight up missed it.
It's got to be blatant.
Yeah. There have been like a throw to first base. And I'm in the middle of the diamond because there's multiple runners on. Throw to first base, and the kid goes to dig it out with his glove. I call him out, and it turns out the ball's actually like underneath his glove on the ground. Mm-hmm. And so I make the call that it's an out, and then even right away, like everybody's in an uproar, like, hey, ball's on the ground. Okay, so you stop play, and then you sell it a little bit. You go and talk to the home plate umpire and be like, hey, I know I missed that one. Let's just make it look like we're talking about it. Make sure we're good. Yeah, that was
sure.
He was safe.
But
and then,
you initiated.
Nice. I like that.
And then you turn around and then you make a big safe call. Everybody knows you got it right. Like you can overturn it if it's an obvious thing like that, and you can go back. Like you don't have to just stick to your conviction even if you're wrong.
Correct. But you don't get bullied.
You shouldn't get bullied. Correct.
That's all I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. That's all. So it's the ump's fault. It's not the ump has to be. You have to have conviction with what you're doing, and you're going to get some stuff wrong, and that's okay. But you can't let someone else come and dictate it to you. That was the problem I had.
I think my takeaway from this story is that you confess that you would do the same. You would have done the same thing. I'm kind of disappointed.
Not if it wasn't a balk. Not if it wasn't a balk.
But you're not blaming the coach for bullying him. Like, I feel like there's percentage blame in both of these.
No, it's 100% on the ump. The ump is the one dictating it. The coach is going to try to always push for their call, that it works for them. And if he thought it was a balk, he can think it's a balk, and he can go and explain it to the coach. The ump. I don't have a problem. But the ump doesn't have to. The ump doesn't have to take that. The ump's going to do what the ump feels is right. And he should have. And I was disappointed in the old timer. That's all. If it's a young kid, then you got to go bounce it. But with an older veteran up, can't happen. Can't.
Well, I'm sorry that the outcome of the game was not what you were hoping for either. Was it close at the time of this bully balling?
No, it didn't need to be done. There was just
but you're letting this coach off scot. Is this because you had that whole incident now during your photography session that you're going a little bit lighter on other coaches?
No, that was on the coach. This was on the ump.
Fair enough. So you said you are the Annex Wealth Management Pro-Am that you're participating in today?
Yeah,
oh,
we're out
funny.
here at the TPC.
They're a great partner.
It's a great team with Annex. They're having, I don't know how many guys are going to be out here. We've got a great group out here. We're going to play a bunch of golf. And we are proud partners with Annex Wealth. And it's hard to keep up with all the different global issues going on. Strait of Hormuz. You got bonds. I don't know what the heck's even going on. But you know what? You want to have a great team, and that great team is at Annex. If you're looking to learn how to plan and stay on your goal with everything that's going around, give the people at Annex a call. When they plan, they start by talking with you about what's important, and they start building from there. And they rigorously test the plan against hundreds of different scenarios, all sorts of possibilities to make sure they're building with what will stand up over time. Nothing's going to make it 100% calm. But with the experts at Annex, you can help your financial planning with a great expert team. Give them a call or go to annexwealth.com. That's, again, annexwealth.com. Hit the Click Started button to get going on your planning today.
More Wilde and Tausch straight ahead. Stick around.
We're on the Badgers.
I think what jumped out to me first and foremost was Fickell's energy and his passion.
Because we're on Wisconsin Sports.
I'd say that's only increased as I've had a chance to sit down with him more.
This is 100.5 ESPN.
Mark Tauscher here for Zimbrick Chevrolet, the name you can trust. There's nothing like a great summer road trip. And whether you're traveling around the state or around the country, it's the time of year to start thinking about your plans to hit the road for a new adventure in the coming months. And with all the things to consider, what to do, how to get there, where you'll stay, the absolute last thing you want to worry about for a summer road trip is car trouble. Make sure your vehicle is ready to take on every potential challenge thanks to the fantastic service team at Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie. Get a tune-up, check the battery, check your tires, change the oil, and make sure all the inner workings of your vehicle are in tip-top shape so you can focus on fun and not finding maintenance help during your summer road trip this year. Call Zimbrick Chevrolet to schedule an appointment with their incredible service team or check out their services and schedule an appointment online at ZimbrickChevrolet.com. Zimbrick Chevrolet on Main Street in Sun Prairie, the name you can trust.
On the air, on demand, on social, on Wisconsin Sports. Serving Wisconsin sports fans. This is 100.5 ESPN.
When you've been injured, you need a winning team on your side. Gruber Law Offices will fight for the results you deserve. Call Gruber Law Offices today, a proud partner of your Milwaukee Brewers. One call, that's all.
Everyone wants us to build an awesome backyard space. The trend has been people asking about how they'll use the space. The requests are, we want an outdoor space to relax and read, for yoga, a fitness area, to watch baseball on TV. And my latest and favorite, can you build me a golf simulator? Yes to all of it. We can build that covered structure for any of your dream ideas. We'll be creative and make it look amazing. You get to enjoy the space any way you want, getting fit, relaxing, or hitting a driver literally off your deck. For that amazing outdoor space, go to OutdoorLivingUnlimited.com.
Vortex Golf makes rangefinders for serious golfers who need an accurate number every time. With 3 options, the Blade, Blade Slope, and Anarch, there's a Vortex rangefinder that fits your game. Crystal clear optics and features like image stabilization keep you steady in big moments. Plus, every Vortex Golf product is backed by a no-questions-asked lifetime warranty. If you're looking for an accurate number every time, Vortex Golf belongs on your bag. Grab yours and everything you need for golf season in Wisconsin at Shields.com.
Shopping for new windows and doors shouldn't feel like a negotiation. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin doesn't believe in games. They never inflate pricing, and there's no high-pressure sales pitch. Just premium windows and doors built for long-term comfort, beauty, and peace of mind. Buy direct through Pella, and one trusted team handles everything with Pella certified installers every step of the way. Real pricing, premium quality, no games. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Schedule your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Discover the all-new TPC Wisconsin, Madison's premier destination for families, women, and golfers of all levels. Fresh off a stunning $30 million transformation, TPC Wisconsin offers more than championship golf. Enjoy a welcoming community with tennis, pickleball, a world-class golf academy, swimming, fitness, and family-friendly activities all year long. Experience the newest TPC golf club in the world right here in Madison. Visit tpcwisconsin.com to explore memberships and schedule your tour today.
Join the Madison Money Guy, Christian Finfrock, for Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Get the information you need as you plan for retirement. That's Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Investment advisory services offered through Retirement Income Strategies, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
Mark Tauscher here for Pizza Hut. And when you look around right now, everything seems to be extra expensive in the world. Except this. Right now, get a large 3-topping pizza for just $10 at Pizza Hut. Try it on Pizza Hut's new hand-tossed crust. Crispy and golden outside, soft and fluffy inside, finished with garlic parm seasoning. Available for delivery or carryout. Order today at pizzahut.com or on the Pizza Hut app. Pizza Hut. Feed good times. And remember, no one out-pizzas the Hut.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Customizable just to you. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today.
Our continued celebration, which we're not going to celebrate, actually. We're just going to do the show. But we do have some fun conversation coming up. Scheduled to appear in the 11 o'clock hour is our friend Tony Cartagena, the original producer of Wilde and Tausch, so stick around and he will join us. Then I am in a holding pattern for when we will have OTA access this week. Obviously, last week there was the news of Josh Jacobs' arrest, and then subsequently the Brown County District Attorney announcing that further investigation was needed in order to determine whether charges would be filed and what those criminal charges would be if they were. So that continues to be something that we're unclear on in terms of how that affects our availability. But I am very eager to get to the locker room and actually talk to players, which I'm hoping will occur at some point this week. Tausch, Jesse was gone, so he missed the football conversations from yesterday. And we had from last week. And yesterday we had a good conversation on Sunday Karma about the kicking situation, because Strofe seems to think, it was Strofe and Kyle Wallace and, of course, Craig Karmazin. And Strofe seems to think that by not having Brandon McManus there to compete with Trey Smack, it makes it better for Trey Smack. And I fundamentally don't agree with that. Where do you fall on that debate?
Why don't you fundamentally agree with that?
Because if Trey Smack is going to be called upon to make a critical 48-yarder in a divisional round playoff game to send them to the NFC Championship, shouldn't he be able to handle competition with the incumbent kicker?
You want him to be confident. And listen, sports is different, but human nature is going to be you want to be known you're the guy, and you want people to pour into you to give you a chance to really grow and be the player and the person you want. Why is it that at quarterback they don't want that competition? Why is it? Why is it at edge rusher we don't want that competition?
Well, wait, what do
You
you
know what
mean
I mean?
they don't want that competition? Like, there's a bunch
Micah
of guys
Parsons is
competing
gonna
for
be the guy.
opportunities.
Yeah.
Right, but
Micah's
you're
gonna be the
comparing
guy.
Trey Smack to Jordan Love and
I'm
Micah
saying-
Parsons?
First off, I'm asking you what you're thinking.
Because those
I'm
players
looking
are
at it from the-
established players as opposed to a rookie draft pick, would be my response.
Okay.
Like, I look, there are lots of years where the kicker doesn't have competition, like, say, Mason Crosby, because he's done it for a long time. And then he has a year where he sucks, and they bring in Giorgio Tavecchio, or as Mike McCarthy called him, Sergio Tavecchio, to compete with him, and it ends up getting, at least partially, has a role in Mason getting his groove back, right? Competition. But generally, you don't have competition for players that are established in their spot. Like, Micah Parsons is a star. Jordan Love, while we may have varying opinions on his level of greatness as a franchise quarterback, is their franchise quarterback. They didn't bring in Tyrod Taylor to compete with him for the starting job because he is established. Trey Smack isn't established in any way. Like, he's established as he was a good college kicker at Florida. And look, I understand they want him to have the job. I get that. I just don't, I guess my question is I don't quite fully understand why there wouldn't be a benefit. And because the answer we got from Matt LaFleur was that we thought it was best for Brandon and best for Trey. He's going to get the bulk of the work. That was the answer.
Yeah, and I guess my point back to you is I don't agree with this. I am a firm believer that competition will make you better. Iron sharpens iron, and when in a business like this, that's the way it is. But when you're talking about a young kicker that you put your eggs, when you traded picks to go get him, you said he's our guy. We knew that. So did Brandon
Totally
McManus.
agree. Yep.
And that's why he went and asked to get cut more or to be released, my guess is.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why they did it. Because it doesn't make a lot of sense. But when you make those decisions, you let them grow and you find out what they're all about, and then you adjust if you're wrong. Just like for you, if Channel 3000 called you and said, hey, we just brought in so-and-so to compete with you to see who writes and gets better clicks, is that going to make you happy? It probably won't. That's the explanation for what they have done. Is that the best way to do it? No, I don't think so. But this is the road they're going down. And is it the best for Trey Smack? I think Trey Smack could go in now a lot more comfortable. But the thing in sports, comfortability isn't great. Comfortability gets your blank beat. So you are also assuming that this young cat is completely motivated and is wanting to go out and prove that he's really good and has the support behind him, because there's a lot of guys that support is critical to building the confidence so they can go out and perform at a high level. That is what I would guess Strofe is probably saying.
Yeah, and look, first of all, I have nothing against Trey Smack. Like, I don't know him at all. I don't know how he's going to perform. I think we have seen rookies that play that position or punter, right? Because you were on the team for the drafting of B.J. Sander as well. You were in college, and I was covering my first actual training camp for the 1997 Brett Conway affair, which, by the way, turned into a competition because they picked Ryan Longwell off the scrap heap of waivers, and then you and he ended up going into the Packers Hall of Fame together. But you don't know what's going to happen. And they do still have Lucas Havrasik on their roster, so he will take some of the workload. But again, and the other part of this is that Goody came out so adamantly after picking Trey Smack and saying multiple times it will be a competition. And then obviously
what
they did
what changed? What changed?
I like you, I believe that Brandon McManus asked to be released. Which my question then becomes...
Well, a lot of people ask a lot of things. Doesn't mean you get granted.
Right.
What is this? I dream of Genie?
Right. So my question is twofold. One, so why did you feel like it was right to do that if that was in fact the case? And two, did you think that he would not feel that way after you drafted Trey Smack, that you thought you were going to have a competition? Because whatever it was, it changed things. And again, maybe Trey Smack is going to hit the ground running and be great from start to finish, right? Mason Crosby, you were on that 2007 team when he was a rookie, right? I mean, he missed some kicks, but he had a game winner early in his career. Like, he was a good kicker basically from the jump with some blips during the course of his career. So I'm not saying Trey Smack can't be that. What I'm saying is, why not just say, yeah, look, we thought it was best for Brandon. We get it. Like, we understand. He wants to have an opportunity to compete somewhere else. And we said, you know what? We understand where you're coming from. We let him go. Instead, part of the answer was, we think this will be better for Trey. And that I don't quite understand. That's all.
I guess I'm just asking, do you want your kicker to embrace the job and know it's his and then go off of that? Or do you want him scrapping and clawing and being analyzed and overanalyzed? And that's
he's
the
going to get
question.
analyzed either way, right? Like, we're going to chart every one of his kicks in camp. Again, all these other positions, we talk so much about competition. And the only time we don't talk about it is when there's a clear-cut, established, veteran, proven presence. Xavier McKinney.
I would argue, tell me spots that there's going to be full-fledged competition besides kicker and maybe one of the corner spots. Where else is there? For a team that is built on competition, are there other spots that are open for competition?
That's a good point.
Wide receiver is set. You know where guys are. Tight end set. Line is set with a 5. Quarterback set. Running back set. So if you're going to be built on competition, it doesn't sound like it is built on competition. If that's because it isn't.
So is that we say this is what we say, but this is not what we do?
No, it's the NFL. Your competition. When you sign contracts, that tells you where the Packers' heads are at. That doesn't mean it's set in stone. Because I'll tell you this: if what's the young kid's name the young O-lineman that just got drafted? I call his name the wrong one. Jagerbaum. Yeah, the Jagerbaum. If he goes out and dominates and has a great camp, he'll play. Yep. So there's still going to be that competition part of it. And let's not kid ourselves. If Trey Smack stinks and can't make a kick, he ain't going to kick. Like, if he's missing kicks all throughout preseason and everything, they're not going to kick him. So there's still competition within it. I want to put my players in the best position to succeed. They believe that Trey Smack can take this job and run with it. And if they're wrong, I've said this a million times, kicker is the easiest spot to replace in a pinch of any spot in the NFL other than maybe punter. So that's why they did it. They wanted to say, I think it's a combination. You don't want to get Brandon McManus hurt and have to pay him. He's going to be upset and not happy about it, which I believe is the case. And I want to give my young guy, hey, here's the keys, baby. Go with it. I want to keep this car in the garage for 10 years. It's up to you if you're going to be in that garage or if we're going to be looking for a different car.
And Lucas Havrisik is their Ryan Longwell, that they still have someone.
He's the loner. No, he's the loner. Oh, I got to get an oil change. Oh, I got dinged up a little bit. Oh, I'm here just in case you could take some miles off. When I'm going to go for a nice Sunday joyride, you're gonna give me some of those meat and potato miles. That's what Havrisik is.
Because the 97 Packers allow Chris Jackie to leave in free agency. They choose not to re-sign him. They draft Brett Conway in the 3rd round. That was Ron Wolf, who's in the Pro Football Hall of Fame, but clearly erred in that selection. But he spent $100 on a waiver claim at the behest of Ryan Longwell's agent to just pick him up, and it turned out to be the best $100 he ever spent. All right, we will continue this conversation. I do want to get into some other things about OTAs, but first we're going to play some trivia. Jesse, what's today's category, and what caller would you like?
It's been a while since I've done this, but the sports weekend recap is today's Wilde and Tausch trivia category, looking back on a busy sports weekend, which for me feels like it's been 10 days, but we're only looking at the last 3.
Caller number
14.
14. Caller 14 for Wilde and Tausch Trivia, presented by Cousin Subs, Iron Jock, and Vortex Golf. Caller 14 right now, 844-770-3776, 844-770-3776. Caller 14 plays trivia next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Wilde and Tausch on 100.5 ESPN is brought to you by Everlight Solar. Save money, save the planet. Everlight Solar.
Mark Tauscher here, and you know I love a smart play from the pocket. That's why I joined UW Credit Union. With their mobile banking app, I can make smart plays from anywhere. And with rewards checking perks like early payday, I score my money sooner. Stop by any of their local branches or visit uwcu.org to join and make the smart play by becoming a UW Credit Union member like I did. Federally insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
Rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute.
This Badger Minute brought to you by your Badgerland Chevy dealers, proud supporters of Badger Athletics. Go to BadgerlandChevy.com.
With your Badger Minute, I'm Riley Yout. Badgers legend Barry Alvarez appeared on Wilde and Tausch Friday afternoon and said it didn't bother him that he wasn't included on the search committee for Wisconsin's new athletic director.
You know, I don't have a problem. I don't have to be on the committee. Looking at the list that they have, it's a strong list of people that understand the department and athletics and the university, and they'll do a good job. I've said this before, it's a great job. It's coveted, I think, within the business, the city of Madison, the Big Ten, the university. I mean, it's a plum.
Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin doesn't play games. Just straightforward pricing, premium quality, and trusted Pella certified installation. Visit PellaWI.com today.
Hi, I'm Dr. Joseph Henningsen with Stoughton Health Ortho Team Clinic. I specialize in joint pain and joint pain surgery, specifically hip and knee replacement, including second-time surgery for hip and knee replacement.
Learn more at orthoteam.com.
Every event tells a story, from the first impression to the final moments. Have someone guide your guests through every chapter the way you want the story told. Hi, it's Jeffrey from Celebrations Entertainment. With a strong presence, great voices, and an award-winning team, trust us to guide, direct, and inform your guests through all the different chapters of the day. For fun, memorable entertainment for any event, please visit us at celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
I'm sure you feel the weather. You deserve better windows and doors. At Siding Unlimited, we install top-of-the-line wood, vinyl, and fiberglass windows with options to fit your style, color, and design choices. Built for energy efficiency, installed by our professional craftsmen at Siding Unlimited. Siding Unlimited. Experience, integrity, craftsmanship. Stop by our amazing Madison showroom and visit sidingunlimited.com today.
Breaking news on ESPN Madison is presented by Metro Ford and Metro Kia of Madison. Find the Metro family of auto dealers online or see them in person on the east side of Madison today.
Tournament host Steve Stricker joins a legendary group of PGA Tour champions at the American Family Insurance Championship. Catch the action June 5th through the 7th with an exciting team competition at TPC Wisconsin in Madison. This year's AmFam Champ concert features Little Big Town with special guests Randy Houser and May Estes. Friday, June 5th at Breeze Stevens Field. All proceeds support the Steve Stricker American Family Insurance Foundation and American Family Children's Hospital. Get your tickets today at amfamchampionship.com.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
This is our crew.
Pitch and a high fly ball deep left field. This ball's way back and way gone. Wild Bill, a 3-run shot.
We are Madison's home of the Brewers. 100.5 ESPN.
As promised, time now for trivia presented by Cousin Subs and Vortex Golf.
Wilde and Tausch Trivia is presented by Vortex Golf, rangefinders you can bet on, and by Cousin Subs. Have a grad to celebrate? Purchase $30 in Cousin Subs gift cards and receive a free 7.5-inch sub. Cousin Subs, they believe in better.
It is time for trivia. Let's welcome in our contestant, Sam in Kenosha. Sam, good morning. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you guys?
We are great. I hope you're able to get out of that well that you've fallen down and play trivia with us. Here we go. Question number 1. Entering play today, how many teams in the NL Central are over 500? Is it all of them, some of them? No, let me try that again. All of them, none of them, boy. Or some but not all of them? There's not even a funny choice in here. All three are possible.
Yeah, I was waiting to hear the good one, but I believe it's all of them.
You are correct. It is all of them. Jesse, are you rusty?
Yes,
or?
I'm a little rusty, guys. I'm a little rusty.
You just didn't feel like being funny?
Wait, I mean, I'm gone for a week and a half, it feels like, with the Memorial Day weekend holiday. We come back, we got new logos, we got new segments going on. We're celebrating our 10-year anniversary. Forgive me that the first answer for trivia was a little less lackluster than normal.
How good is that logo?
It's a great logo.
Hey, how good is that logo?
Great logo.
That logo's great.
But
TJ
the third
and the
answer
whole
is
team,
always a
great
joke. The third answer is always a joke.
Not today.
It's one of your signature moves.
We'll work on it.
It's like the stop short. All right. Hey, Sam, good job getting it right despite me flubbing it and Jesse not being funny. Question 2 is this. The San Antonio Spurs advancing to face the New York Knickerbockers in the NBA Finals sets up a rematch of the last finals the Knicks played in. In which year did that Knicks-Spurs Finals take place? Was it 1995, 1999, or 2010?
99.
It was
Yes,
99. By the way, the Spurs, who had not been in the playoffs in like 6 years, now in the finals, but they got like 4 or 5 championships in the last 2 decades. Interesting case study in the how much losing are you willing to endure and how much things can change when you have a transcendent player.
Whatever the Spurs did it, that's what we would do. That's how you do it.
Yeah, we would
tank
take
and
our
get
Wemby.
legendary players every time you get the first pick. That's the key to this whole thing.
As opposed to what has happened when other teams have gotten the first pick. All right, Sam, question 3. Big opportunity here, obviously. Which of these teams did not advance to the Stanley Cup Final, which begins this week? Is the team that is not in the final the Carolina Hurricanes, the Montreal Canadiens, or the Vegas Golden Knights?
So it's a perfect week for the Canadiens.
Well done. It is the Hurricanes and the Vegas Golden Knights in the final. Sam, way to kick off the week. Well done.
I'll tell
3
you what,
for 3.
If I may, Sam, great job getting all entries. That's fantastic. Jesse, this is the biggest leave behind of all time on weekend trivia. Like, this is embarrassing that you leave out the fact that the Milwaukee baseball team is steamrolling people on the weekend and you don't bring it up?
Yeah.
In weekend recap?
I knew
in the
they'd
middle of a
I actually thought...
What are we doing here?
I think the Milwaukee Panthers run in the NCAA baseball tournament, which is still going on into later today, merits more
they played
than...
them at like 1 a.m. last. They played like we did out in Iowa last year. They played like at 1 o'clock this morning.
5 o'clock today, I believe, is the big one. Winner advances to the Super Regional.
Yes.
I figured
that game was... That game yesterday was supposed to start at 7.
Yeah.
I was going to watch it, And it was postponed to like 11.
Why not just go doubleheader today? Why not just do a doubleheader if they needed it today? What are they doing? I would love to just become. And thanks, Sam. I don't know if Sam's still on. I don't want to bore Sam with this, but
would you like to start the
Go Panthers?
Would you like to start the 10 o'clock hour with this, Strix? It's actually a pretty good story.
I would like for our producer to, if he's doing a weekend recap, it was the biggest weekend sports story in the state of Wisconsin.
Yes,
no question about it.
Like, I don't ask during the football season on Monday Sports Weekend Recap, who did the Packers beat over the weekend? I figured you would probably want to spend more than just one trivia question.
You could have maybe
about
said
the greatness of the Milwaukee Panthers baseball team.
hadn't won a postseason game since blank year. That could have been an easy question. Welcome back, Jesse.
Good to be here.
That's the best way for me to put it.
Good to be here. When's Tony coming on?
Now it's the start of the 11 o'clock hour. We will kick off the 10 o'clock hour with a more in-depth discussion because I had someone tweet me last week criticizing us for not being ahead of the curve on this story. We will explain what Mr. Joe Nunemaker had to say at 10:20 p.m. on May 28th that turned out to be a very insightful criticism of our show. We'll do that to kick off the 10 o'clock hour, and we'll do it in 2 minutes. So stick around. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Since 1956, Hallman Lindsay Paints has been making paint in Wisconsin for Wisconsin. Because of their commitment to making great paint for Wisconsinites, Hallman Lindsay has grown over the years to 27 locations in this great state. Headquarters in Sun Prairie with a state-of-the-art facility, Hallman Lindsay has the paints you need to make your job better. From do-it-yourself to professional, Hallman Lindsay has paint for everyone. Visit one of their local locations today in Madison, Sun Prairie, Middleton, and Janesville.
Hi, this is former Badger Pro Football Hall of Famer Joe Thomas. You're listening to 100.5 ESPN WTLX Monona, Madison. Good Karma Brands radio station.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good morning, Madison and streamers everywhere. I'm Jesse Nelson. Sports Center brought to you by Goodman's Jewelers, the diamond store of Madison for generations. Check them out, 220 State Street and online at goodmansjewelers.com. The calendar shifts to June. Every team in the NL Central is still over 500, and Jacob Mizorowski continues to deal. The Milwaukee Brewers win 2 of 3 over the weekend in Houston against the Astros, including a 2-0 shutout on Sunday afternoon behind the arm of the Miz. 7 innings shutout on the mound for Jacob Mizorowski, allowing just 3 hits, striking out 8, did not allow a single walk. What a month of May for the Miz. The Brewers back in action tonight at American Family Field, hosting the San Francisco Giants. 6:40 first pitch for the first game of the 4-game set at American Family Field this week between the Crew and the Giants. Meanwhile, football OTAs continue this week for the Green Bay Packers up in Titletown. Speculation and question around what will happen with Josh Jacobs after the reports of the domestic violence charges surfaced last week. Check it all out, ESPN.com.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com. Three-time Wisconsin Sports Writer of the Year, Jason Wilde.
Time now for headlines as we predict what will happen on Sunday as the Packers take on the Vikings at Lambeau Field.
Packers Hall of Famer Mark Tauscher.
I'm going to do something crazy.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio at ESPN Madison.
I'm going to say kissing cousins, pack bikes tie.
And celebrating 10 great years on ESPN Wisconsin.
He missed it again! And will end this crazy game in a tie. Oh my goodness.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Talk about your great moments in Wilde and Tausch history. Tausch calling a Packers-Vikings tie back when headlines could be 2 words as opposed to
those were the days.
Movie scenes reenacted, musical numbers that ended up with our own album on Spotify. Kissing cousins, and the Packers and Vikings did indeed tie. What was that, 28? What, 2018?
That was
right?
the 2018
in 1 year?
season. Yep, 2018.
Yeah. We'll continue with our memories and our walk down memory lane. All right, so the 10 o'clock hour of Wilde and Tausch begins now. Joe Nunamaker. His Twitter handle, Joe Mama. 1567546. So apparently Joe Mama popular on Twitter. Curious why you guys haven't mentioned, or maybe I missed it, UW Milwaukee baseball making the NCAA tournament. Now he sent this on the 28th, which was Tuesday of last week. So nearly a week ago. And I am very curious to see why you haven't given them a shout-out. They deserve a shutout. Their first game in the NCAA tournament is Friday at noon against Auburn.
They do deserve a shutout. They do.
They do.
You should
Big
shut
time.
people out.
They shut out and a shout-out. The Panthers started the season 2-14.
Slow
they
start.
had a losing record heading into, and still, by the way, have a losing record, despite being in the regional final today. They had a losing record heading into the Horizon League tournament, and like Jake Taylor in the film Major League said, let's go win the whole blanking thing. And that's exactly what they did, earning their trip to the NCAA tournament. And then they beat Auburn in their opener. They beat Central Florida in their second game.
Yep, Central Florida. Yep.
And then last night, I don't know when that game actually started because I did go to bed. They lost that 8-1. So today, as you mentioned, I don't know if this is I assume this is Wisconsin time. Jesse, I'll have you fact-check that since you're a purveyor of time zones. But 5 p.m. on ESPNU, they will once again face Auburn as they have split their 2 games with Auburn. And this one is a winner-take-all to go to the Super Regional. So if you're unfamiliar with college baseball, it takes you a while to get to Omaha for the College World Series. But if they win this, they go to the next step. Their current record is 27-32. Tausch, Joe was ahead of the curve. We are behind the curve, and now we're behind schedule talking about it today. We probably should have talked about it earlier. But as someone who loves
or at
the
least
story,
in weekend recap. At least in weekend recap.
you would think. One would think. And not only did it not make the weekend recap, but also no joke answer in it, question 1 either.
No, pretty tough performance so far from old Gel.
All right.
Here's the deal.
It is 5 p.m. Central Time. And as someone who was on Eastern Time for the last week, Eastern Time sucks. I'm glad it's 5 p.m. Central Time. Back to you, Tausch.
Okay, so
go ahead.
I think obviously Wisconsin hasn't had a baseball program since what, 90, 91?
90 was the last year. Yep. Mm-hmm.
So this is, obviously the Brewers are Wisconsin's baseball team, but from a collegiate standpoint, Milwaukee, and if you look, and again, I know we're putting a lot on you to fact check, there's I think 25 kids on there from the state of Wisconsin. For the Milwaukee baseball team. I know there are 2 Sun Prairie East kids that played for Milwaukee.
I have the roster right in front of me.
So this is something that the state should be on board. And I understand this time of the year, this is dominated by Brewers, Packers, et cetera, AmFam Championship golf, But this story does deserve a lot of legs. And the fact that you struggled the way they did and got off to that slow start, but hung in there, and everything kind of works against you when you live in a colder climate. Baseball can be played year-round at other places. They can't hear, but all of the things that you could say are disadvantages are. And for these guys to represent and pull this off is a big story and deserves at least some mention in our trivia at a minimum. And that's why I was so disappointed with Jesse.
Max Glusick?
Glusick, yep.
A freshman
Hadley
from Sun Prairie East. And then John Hadley the sixth. He is a sophomore, first baseman and outfielder. They've also got Tate Schmidt from Wanakee.
Yep.
Dylan O'Connell from Eau Claire. There's a ton of obviously
guy
Wisconsin
on that team.
kids.
I'm pretty sure
a lot of Muskegians.
Yeah.
Yep.
So what? There's also. Did you want to give Tristan Arnold from McGuanago a shout out too, Jesse, or are you just going to ignore him because you're anti-McGuanago?
And Tristan contributes as well, I'm sure. No, for this, yes. Shout out to Tristan and the McGuanago program as well. Yeah,
but Tausch, obviously you've played on a team. You were dealing with your injuries at the time, but you played on a NFL team that got hot at the right time. Like, this is a really fantastic story. You also played on that 03 team that struggled and then got hot. What is it like when you are, and obviously they got to win it tonight to advance to the Super Regional, but they're already a great story.
Yeah,
but
this is completely different. Like, I can't even fathom, because you're talking about being big-time underdogs. You're looking at the SEC and Big Ten and all these teams that spend a lot of money and have the resources and do it. I can't sit here and tell you I know Milwaukee's scenario on that.
No,
but
I understand.
I would guess that they're getting paid to go down. Like, you bring teams in to play early games. They're down there and they're going to take their lumps early in a season. They're going to go play all the big dogs, and they're, pitching and everything else that you would think is going to be tough to be able to keep up with these top programs. Milwaukee's found a way, and we always talk about perseverance being a big part of sports. This is another great story of that, being an underdog and finding a way to kind of chip away and putting yourself in a position to, I don't know, the Super Regional. Can we not come up with something better than that? Super Regional?
Yeah,
This is
I
the
don't understand
regionals.
how it works.
Before you go to Omaha, I don't know what you want to call it, but I would certainly hope we come up with something better than Super Regional. But this is the new March Madness. Baseball, I think you're seeing softball get a big bump in, I think, viewership and everything else. That's become more and more, I think, television. People are watching it more and more. I think college baseball, there's more drama. There's the handshake gate that Florida had. It's becoming more and more, and Milwaukee has done a great job of positioning themselves as, it says on the bottom of this screen here, the darling of the NCAA, but they have to win tonight. They got their first two. It's a double elimination deal, and now it's time. You have to put your stamp in. If you could get to the College World Series, or even the Super Regional, what a story this has been.
Mm-hmm. It's a great story already, but it can get so much better. And I look forward to tonight's game. I will be watching on ESPNU again, 5 p.m. If you want to tune in for that. We had a couple of conversations yesterday on Sunday Karma that I thought were interesting. I also, Jesse mentioned this in his trivia, which was nice. The NBA Finals start this week. That he didn't forget about. And you had been on the Wemby train. You had joined it, boarded it, really last week in earnest, or 2 weeks ago in earnest?
No, the first game against OKC is when it was like, I've been a Wemby fan, but when I saw what he did in completely overtaking that game and dominating it in that way, that was when I was like, he's different. He is going to be, if he stays healthy, he will be one of the all-time great players that this league has ever seen.
Well,
That's what he did.
We will talk about him. We'll also discuss something that Micah Parsons said last week that we did not address because I did not think it was that big of a deal, and I did address it with the Sunday Karma guys. So it was interesting. And then, again, the Packers with OTA practices today, tomorrow, and Thursday this week. We will see. That has not yet been announced to us anyway as to when it will be open to the media. They are not open to fans, but hoping it's open to the media and open locker room as well. We'll get to all that coming up after Tausch tells us about American Family Insurance.
Well, American Family Insurance is always a great call. I've been around the game of football for a long time, and I'll tell you, having the right people in your corner makes all the difference. That's what you get with American Family Insurance. Local agents who understand what you've built and will help you protect it with the right home and auto coverage at the right price. So when life throws something your way, you are ready. They're also out in the community all over the place. Again, we're out at the AmFam Champ. That's going on this week. You go ahead. American Family Insurance supports the community. Over $22 million you'll see as you walk in the AmFam Champ in charitable moments. Get a quote or find an agent at amfam.com. Insure carefully and dream fearlessly with American Family Insurance.
More Wilde and Tausch straight ahead. Stick around.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Shopping for new windows and doors shouldn't feel like a negotiation. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin doesn't believe in games. They never inflate pricing, and there's no high-pressure sales pitch. Just premium windows and doors built for long-term comfort, beauty, and peace of mind. Buy direct through Pella, and one trusted team handles everything with Pella certified installers every step of the way. Real pricing, premium quality, no games. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Schedule your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Mark Tauscher here for Chalmers Jewelers. I've been a big fan of Scott, Garrett, and the whole team at Chalmers Jewelers for years now. I go there, my friends go there, and most importantly, my wife loves it whenever I get her something from Chalmers Jewelers. It's my go-to spot for birthdays, anniversaries, and any special occasion. For quality jewelry and a great experience, choose Chalmers Jewelers, the place to go for that perfect gift. Stop at Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton and Madison.
Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton
and Madison.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
At J&K Security Solutions, protecting your home or business is more than just the priority. It's what we do. I'm President Jeffrey Beckman. Since 1987, J&K Security Solutions has been committed to providing Madison and southern Wisconsin with dependable security solutions. Whether it's security, fire, or the latest automation solutions, go to jksecurity.com to see how J&K can help keep your home or business secure. Get protected now at jksecurity.com.
Have you noticed all the roofing signs in your neighborhood due to the hail damage?
Most of those asphalt roofs have to be replaced.
Most metal roofs do not.
So if you're tired of yard signs and replacing shingles,
consider a Suita metal roof.
I'm Mike.
And Mary Suita. Enjoy the long-lasting architectural strength and beauty of a Suita metal roof.
SWITA metalroofing.com.
Suita Metal Roofing, the last roof you'll ever need.
Hey Madison IKEA fans, great news! IKEA is closer than ever now with 2 Madison pickup points at the University Bookstore on State Street and the Beltline. Order your favorite IKEA products online and pick them up as soon as the next day, absolutely free for IKEA family members. That's right, no shipping fees or waiting for deliveries, just the IKEA style you love, ready when you are. Start shopping smarter today at IKEA.us or on the IKEA app and choose the University Bookstore, State Street, or Beltline pickup points. Don't forget to sign up for IKEA Family. It's free to join and gives you access to great deals, rewards, and free Madison pickup.
People travel the world to collect Hard Rock shirts, and Hard Rock Casino Rockford is going to give the people what they want. Get in on the action at Hard Rock Casino Rockford, where all new Unity card signups receive an official Hard Rock shirt, plus free play to kickstart a winning streak. Whether you're spinning the slots or playing the tables, you'll be dressed for success. Hard Rock Casino Rockford. Let's Hard Rock. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER or text ILGAMB to 833-234.
Keeping up with vehicle maintenance is tough, so Metro Ford of Madison makes it easy with mobile service. Metro Ford will come directly to you, home, office, wherever your day takes you. Their Ford-certified techs handle oil changes, filters, batteries, wipers, inspections, and more, all without a visit to the dealership. You stay on schedule, we'll take care of the rest. Call 608-246-3600 today to book your mobile service appointment, and let service come to you. That's Metro Ford of Madison. Visit them at metrofordofmadison.com.
On the air, on demand, on social, on Wisconsin Sports. Serving Wisconsin sports fans. This is 100.5 ESPN.
Say you don't want nothing, but you look better on me. You look better on me. Let me show you something, so you don't leave you lonely. You won't leave you lonely.
Tell me, baby, who better for you? Writing for a page, letters for you. She can't top all the things I do.
The NBA Finals tip off on Wednesday, and it is a rematch as Sam in Kenosha got correct in the relatively lame round of trivia. A rematch of the 1999 NBA Finals, the last time the Knicks made the finals. Tausch, your guy Wemby, man. You may have been late to the Wemby party, but you are all in on him now.
I wasn't late to the Wemby party. I just have said Wemby is even better and more special than I thought. And here's going to be my correlation and how it affects Wisconsin sports. Wemby is like Randy Moss. Remember when Randy Moss came in the league and he pretty much forced the Green Bay Packers to draft three wide receivers or three defensive backs.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So Randy Moss changed the way teams build their rosters. Well, you know what? Who else is doing that? Wemby. And how is that happening? They thought that they had this dynastic run coming up. They thought it was going to be boop, 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 not going to stop. And then Wemby and the boys come in and they absolutely changed the way that is all viewed. And now where Giannis was kind of, everybody was like, well, he's going to go to Miami. He might go to Minnesota. He might do this. Now all of a sudden, what's the conversation? The Oklahoma City Thunder need to do something big because Wemby is here. He ain't going anywhere. We ain't going to be able to get over the hump unless we do something. And who is that someone going to be?
Giannis.
It's going to be Giannis. And whether or not Giannis is going to go along with that or if the Oklahoma City Thunder are going to, they at least now, this was nobody was really talking about the Oklahoma City Thunder being a landing spot for Giannis. It was Oklahoma City Thunder have everything answered until someone came along and changed the way they have to build their rosters. They now know they are not half of the losses that Oklahoma City had on the year was to the San Antonio Spurs and Wemby.
It's a good stat.
I think they had 17 or 18 losses, and I think 8 of them were to this group. So they now look at it like we did back in 99. It's like we ain't going to be able to win anything if we don't have some way we can slow down this juggernaut. And now all of a sudden the Giannis train could be, you could look at Oklahoma City and say, all right, if you get Chet, which I know people are like, we don't want him. I'll take Chet Holmgren as part of a package to replace Giannis. He's still pretty dang good when he's not playing Wemby. And by the way, we ain't going to have to play Wemby until the finals. So if Chet Holmgren's part of it along with all these pick swaps and a couple of other young, really good players, I'm a heck of a lot more excited about that than I am about some of the other stuff.
Right.
That is potentially out there. So I understand all this, but that is when you know you are transformational, that you're a difference maker, is when teams have to, great teams have to make Jordan rules. They have to go and do different things to be able to get over the hump. And that is where I think Giannis now, the Giannis trade rumors are going to keep picking up. And I do believe Giannis is going to be in the mix as far as how this goes. And if nothing else, can leverage the price for whoever ends up trading to get Giannis.
Also, is it not a bonus that if he did go to Oklahoma City, he's not going to a team that you're competing with in the East, obviously?
Well, it's our rival. It is the rivalry week.
So the NBA,
Oklahoma City Thunder.
So the NBA and Jesse have told us our rival.
No, that's completely, Jason. At this point, man, I am looking at this, and outside of trading him to Indiana, whatever we can get back that's going to give us the quickest and best way to reload and rebuild, we have to look at and take. I'm not interested. Oh, we're not going to trade him to the Pistons because we don't want to see Detroit win a championship with him? Nah, miss me with all that. Whatever I can get that's going to help me get my program turned around quickly is where I need to go with Giannis.
Well, we will see. There was a tweet you sent that was a what did you call it, Jesse? A gimmick tweet where it had video footage of Giannis at Thanalysis Live, which we obviously put on, and Tony Cartagena, who's going to join us in the 11 o'clock hour, is the executive producer of Thanalysis. But if you play the video, he doesn't say any of the things that the tweet says he says. So this guy is apparently a professional pot stirrer, this guy that posted this video.
He's the Riley Yauk of Twitter.
Yeah, stirring the pot. Exactly. Wearing his Big Ten T-shirt to the SEC tournament. But the video is actually accurate, and it's something Giannis is talking about, like his mid-range jumper. Do you feel like this will be resolved, meaning he gets traded by the draft, which is, 3 weeks away now? Jesse, I know you specialize in the weekend recap, not looking into the future. But the draft is 3 weeks from now?
It's like a week after the finals is scheduled to end. Yeah, so we're looking at about 3 weeks.
Okay. Do you think he will be gone by the draft?
Yes. Yep. It will be done because I think part of any equation with Giannis leaving is going to be draft picks now because you know where they're at. And with the way the draft lottery is changing, that is also going to be part of this. So I think Miami had a couple of picks. I think the Bucks want to have 2 or 3 first-round picks in this year's draft, and that will be the avenue to do it. So, yeah, I will be very surprised if it doesn't happen prior to that June 23rd or 24th date, which I think is the draft.
All right, we will shift gears from our NBA minute. I'm a little disappointed we haven't had a tennis minute yet. Having watched a little of Roland Garros. There was a good match yesterday, and
Novak got beat. If I'm being honest with you, I don't even know who's in it anymore. Novak getting beat ended my French Open viewing for the tournament.
So you missed Fonseca beating Rude?
Yes.
That's too bad. It's a pretty good match. We had it on our television with Brian Anderson, who does a phenomenal job on tennis. I know he didn't have a tennis background, but he has really hit his stride on TNT's coverage of that. Speaking of hitting your stride, I don't know, that's a terrible segue. UW Credit Union has been with us every step of the way. How's that?
That's much better. And I am a member of UW Credit Union. I don't know if I've told you that. And for every stage of life, UW Credit Union is here forever. You proudly serving Wisconsin. For over 90 years, they help reach your financial goals. They have that great mobile app that offers a simple way to check accounts, make transfers, and more. That is a smart play from the pocket. Join today at uwcu.org. Insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions do apply.
We will talk a little Packers OTAs next, so stick around. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, driven by Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie on 100.5 ESPN. See their full inventory at ZimbrickChevrolet.com.
Mark Tauscher here for Pizza Hut. Now you know I've loved Pizza Hut going back to the days when I was a kid participating in their legendary Book It program. I loved it then, and I love enjoying Pizza Hut, making new memories with my family now. It's also safe to say things were a lot less expensive when I was a kid, and everything seems to be extra expensive right now. except this. At Pizza Hut, you can get a large 3-topping pizza for just $10. You can try it on Pizza Hut's new hand-tossed crust, crispy and golden outside, soft and fluffy inside, and finished with a garlic parm seasoning. Available for delivery or carryout. Order today at pizzahut.com or on the Pizza Hut app. A great meal to feed the whole family for just $10. Yep, that still exists. Feed good times with a large 3-topping pizza for just $10 right now at Pizza Hut. And remember, no one out-pizzas the Hut.
On the air, on demand, on social, on Wisconsin Sports. Serving Wisconsin sports fans. This is 100.5 ESPN.
Prizes, flyaways, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting ESPNWisconsinContests.com.
That's ESPNWisconsinContests.com.
At Associated Bank, we thought about speaking like other banks with hoity-toity names like Total Privilege Pay or something. But we don't speak bankish, we speak your language. When we say 2-day early pay, we mean you get paid 2 days early. $50 overdraft grace zone? That's a grace zone of up to $50 if overdrafts happen. And maintenance fee-free account? Well, that speaks for itself. At Associated Bank, we get you. That's why we've got you. Learn more at associatedbank.com/YouGotThis. Member FDIC.
Dealing with storm damage? That's never fun. That's why homeowners are turning to Everlight Solar for roofing and exterior repairs done right. They handle the entire process, from insurance claims to fixing your roof with one trusted team. Less stress, faster solutions, and a home that stays protected from the elements. If your roof took a hit, Everlight's got you covered. Visit everlightroofing.com to get started today. That's everlightroofing.com. Everlight, a proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics.
This 4th of July, crack open something made for the red, white, and blissful. The new Americana Backyard Bliss Variety 8-pack is here just in time for America's 250th birthday, featuring 4 nostalgic flavors: strawberry, cherry, grape, and apple. It's the taste of backyard barbecues, fireworks at dusk, and long summer weekends packed into every can. This Independence Day, bring the nostalgia and bring the bliss with the new Americana Backyard Bliss Variety Pack from Carbliss. Available now at your local retailer or online at drinkcarbliss.com.
I'm John Hayes, owner of Goodman's Jewelers. We've been at the heart of many magical moments, from engagements to weddings to sweet 16s. It warms my heart to be a part of these moments for 40 years with people I consider family. With the highest standards and an eye for classic beauty, enjoy a warm boutique setting at Goodman's Jewelers, where integrity shines in every gem. At 220 State Street, Goodman's Jewelers, the Diamond Store, Madison, since 1933.
The best is at Goodman's.
Looking for a fun new way to golf on Monday nights? The Bridges Golf Course in Madison is teeing up a brand new 2-person scramble league. Grab a friend and compete head-to-head in a relaxed format, men's, women's, or co-ed. Great for beginners and experienced players alike. Monday nights at the Bridges Golf Course in Madison.
$2.3 million. A recent Schwab survey of Americans says that it takes $2.3 million to be wealthy. Well, you may have had your financial plan set on a bigger or a more humble number. But if you're looking for added insights on how to get there or how to avoid some tax pitfalls on the way, Annex Wealth Management is ready to listen. Mark Tauscher here, and whether your situation is complex or simple, the Annex Wealth Management team can give you wealth expertise and guidance on reaching your goals. Annex Wealth Management. Know the difference.
This is our crew.
The pitch and a high fly ball deep left field. This ball's way back and way gone. Wild Bill, a 3-run shot.
We are Madison's home of the Brewers. 100.5 ESPN.
Getting ready for the debut of our 10 for 10 as we interview key contributors, memorable guests, folks who helped us get to where we are as we get ready for our 10th anniversary show later this year. And it'll be Tony Cartagena, the OG, the first producer of this here program. Much shorter tenure than Jesse has wound up having. Jesse, are you looking to leave? Are you looking to, there was a time where you thought you were going to have your own show with Matt Hamilton, Hambone and Jelly. That did not come to fruition.
Would have been a good show. Would have been a good show.
Do you have aspirations other than to take over for Matt LePay when he retires, which is probably never?
I am not actively seeking other work.
You've got your Bull Street
I don't
TV.
think that's. I actually think isn't that an HR violation by Jason right there? I think there's some HR
kind of
violation
like
with
yeah.
that.
I don't know what you're trying to set me up for. Like if I say
HR, do you have other dreams? You want to do something else? Do you have other goals?
all,
That's an HR violation.
That's an HR violation.
I'm already
Yeah, it
off
is.
my game a little bit here because I'm dead tired. Getting home at 11
Yeah, you're having
o'clock
a tough
last
night.
night. Quick turnaround this morning.
Oh, poor little guy.
If I answer,
You're on your game for whining.
Look, if I answer yes, I'm interested in leaving the show and doing other things. Like that's
I
going
don't
to open
know.
up a whole
Jason
can
does
of
that a
things.
lot.
And then
Here's
if
what I'm gonna do.
And then
I'm
if
gonna
I
help
say
Jason out
no,
here.
like then I'm pigeonholed into not.
I don't need your help.
Jesse, Jesse, no, you do. Jesse, I'm trying to help you too. I want to get rid of double elimination in softball tournaments. Like, I'm going to tell you this. Stoughton, out at the racetrack, they ran a great tournament. And I am a big believer because
You played at a racetrack?
when things don't when things don't get run well, I am the first one to sit here and tell you, blech. They ran a really good tournament. They
Did
had
they have
good
pork
teams
chop
in
sandwiches?
it. It was on schedule. No, there's no pork chop sandwiches, but on schedule. But we don't need. Here's the new rule. I want to have a new rule because in baseball we don't do this. I don't need. We get our pool play and then we get set in brackets, and that's what happens in baseball, and it should in softball. You lose on Sunday, it's over. A deuces B. I don't need to come back and have 18 more games. Like, it's fair. It's fine. There's nothing wrong. You get beat. It's time to go home. I don't need to be double elimination on Sundays. Why are we doing that in boys baseball? We don't need to do that in girls softball. Like, you get beat. It's, hey, good tournament. It's over. Deal with it. Have your little meeting and your little sandwiches, and then it's time to go home. I didn't like that part of it, but that was, we signed up for it, so I'm not mad at the tournament director. What I'm trying to say is we don't need double elimination in softball. Tell me why I'm wrong.
We don't need double elimination in softball, but we need it in baseball?
No, baseball doesn't do it.
Well, that's what they're doing, right? The Milwaukee
pool.
Panthers are playing tonight because of double elimination.
I'm talking about youth sports, Jason. I'm not talking about. We don't play 7-game series either. They do that in the NBA. I'm not advocating for that. I'm saying when you're organizing tournaments, you play your games Friday, Saturday. If you want to do a 3-day, which this was a 3-day tournament, which again, I don't think you need to do 3 days, but I'm not going to fight that. That's fine. It gets to be Sunday. You have now been slotted in the winner's bracket, the lose, whatever it is. So once you lose, good. That's your tournament. You're done.
Can I ask a follow-up?
Well, I was trying to help you because you were HR violating the heck out of
That's
Jesse.
not
I
an
figured I
HR
wanted to help you.
violation. I want
was.
Jesse to have aspirations.
It was. It didn't sound like it. It didn't sound like it.
Comment on my physical appearance while you're at it too.
Yeah.
Huh?
What else are you going to get into? It must be nice from the cheap seats, Billy. Am I right?
AJ,
biggest professor in the history of the journalism school of Wisconsin.
What prompted this take? Did the 100.5 ESPN Madison team go down to defeats?
Yeah, we lost.
And then you thought you had the rest of your day, and it turned out you didn't?
Jason, here's the deal. And I have been, just like I love complimenting snowplow drivers and people that I don't think get enough respect.
This is a compliment?
Gratitude. Yes, this is a great. I just said they did a great job.
They ran a
organizing
great
this
tournament, but it
was
shouldn't have been
awesome.
double elimination.
Yes. Yeah, but I also said if you would instead of being judgmental, I also said it isn't on them. We signed up. We knew they executed it well. I'm saying let's get rid of it because here's the deal. We played a game Friday night. We got beat. We played Saturday. We went 1-1. So we had our 3 games prior.
And then we got set up to play at 8 a.m. yesterday morning in Stoughton. Of course, you have to be there an hour early, which is, that's not on this tournament. That's on whatever.
Uh-huh.
So we're there at 7. And at that point, it's if you lose, great tournament, it's move it along time. No, you lose and then you win, and then it's like you're sitting there all day. It's like, nah, man, like fair and square. We got beat. We got beat. We don't deserve this. And I get you want to play games. Double elimination for softball needs to go away to White Buffalo. You want to play 3 pre-tournament games, and then if you get beat, you're done? I'm great with it. And even if you want to have the winner's side of it, if you hadn't lost. But this whole coming back around and having 10 games on a Sunday is crazy, and it needs to go the way of a woolly mammoth.
So how many games did your team play?
We ended up playing 6 or 7 games on the weekend, which is crazy too many.
But yesterday, so you played 3, one Friday, 2 Saturday. How many games did you play yesterday?
We had 3. We could have played 5. We had a tough loss against the squad Sunday afternoon. Had we won that, we could have played again. And then if we won that, we would have had to beat this other team twice to win the championship. We could have played 7 games yesterday, that's crazy.
Okay, so you thought you were donezo after the morning loss.
Jason, just for the record, this ain't about me. No, I knew what we signed up for. I'm trying to tell you this is the way these tournaments should be run. Stoughton, great job. I couldn't say enough great things about what Stoughton, they put together a great tournament. Dodgeville did the week before. No double elimination. We don't need double elimination on Sundays anymore. You lose. There's something to be said to these girls. Hey, you don't win. I always say in baseball, you guys have to earn the right to get another game. We don't want them handed to us and then, don't worry about it. No. Sundays need to be special. Not, little Susie can get 52 games in if you go.
Didn't you feel good
you
when
lose?
Didn't you feel good when they won the second game and they earned another game?
It was a great win against Wanakee. It's great, but no.
They would have had that opportunity on your policy.
We shouldn't have played. And by the way, Wanakee ended up winning because the other game went to extra innings. We ended up starting an hour and a half late. We were there for another 3 extra hours, and we ended up getting beat up in a tough loss. But no, I didn't feel great about it. Sorry.
I was working on a take over the weekend with Milwaukee making the run that they did in the NCAA baseball tournament and are still going, 5 o'clock today. I think Major League Baseball should expand to 7 teams making the playoffs from 6
double
right now.
elimination format.
All the division winners for sure make it to the division series, so we get rid of the 2 out of 3 where a division winner can lose and not make it. So all 3 winning your division should be extra special in baseball. You win your division, you're automatically in the DS, and then the other 4 teams play.
It's a long layoff for those division winners, Jell. It's a long layoff.
It already is.
But it's even longer.
The other 4 teams play a regional double elimination format. So you avoid the 2 out of 3, team gets hot, they're bounced out.
Well, I got another. I don't love it. I have another new, since you brought up baseball ideas, I got another one. You can have one pinch runner exclusively for a heavy set fella or the catcher. Because now we're subbing in pitchers and this. I want us to bring in someone that's super fast, and then this allows heavier players to get on base, and then they're done. They get to keep hitting. This guy gets to run. I want us to bring back speed. So if Vince Coleman couldn't hit, but he's the fastest man alive, I want him out on the base paths, and Ted Simmons or whoever else. Who's our baseball hitting coach right now for the Brewers? A heavier set fella. What's his name?
I don't know.
Jesse is the heavy set guy. He's our hitting coach.
I don't know.
The heavy set guy. Well, anyways, he used to hit. He gets on base.
Oh, Vogelback. Daniel Vogelback. Yeah.
What the hell are you doing here? Come on, Jesse. You need a beat, man. I'm going to give Jesse the rest of the afternoon off.
Appreciate that.
Vogelbach gets on base. I want us to have just strictly all he can do is be a designated pinch runner for the year, but every time he gets on base, Vogelbach doesn't have to run. They get to bring in a speed demon. Every team gets one. That will add more drama to these games. Tell me why I'm crazy.
Well, do you have to be the designated heavy-set fella then? Is that
no, it
what
could be
you're-
the slowest guy on your team. You get to designate that game. This guy is going to be running for this player.
Starting to feel like an HR violation again.
For who? Who am I giving a HR violation?
Well, which of us three in the lineup would be the designated player that would be pinch run for?
Well, we don't play baseball. Thank God. Tell me, this is because you want to get more speed on the base paths. I think it would probably be the catcher in most times, like it is in these softball and baseball. You pinch run so they can get their equipment on, so you keep the game flow going. That's what I want to see down in Major League Baseball.
So you want to bring this to the majors. You've got a DH and you got a DR.
DR. Yep.
Okay, we'll chew on that for a while. We need to get ready for the 11 o'clock hour, which will include the unveiling of our interview series. We'll do that after I tell you that you need to get your affairs in order. And guess what? I'm preaching. I got to practice what I preach. I got to get my affairs in order. And that's why we have Walney Legal Group as such a great partner. I'm sorry, Ito, I don't have my intake form done yet. It's been a crazy month. I will get it done because I know what everyone knows. You got to get your estate planning in place. Wills, trusts, probate, elder care, and special needs planning. That is what Walney Legal Group specializes in. They offer a customized, personalized experience, and they make the process smooth, easy, and as painless as possible. They call it an uncomfortable necessity, and I can agree. It is a necessity that I failed to do, and it does make me uncomfortable. But Walney is helping me through that process with lawyering the way it should be, with clear communication, niche expertise, personal service, and a modern approach. They've won all kinds of awards, including Best Lawyers in America, so you can trust them to do right by you. So if you are among the 84% of people like me who do not have appropriate current planning documents, let's change that together. Go to walneylegal.com, WALNY legal.com, and you can start the conversation no matter what phase you're in. We will continue with Tausch on Wilde and Tausch next, so stick around.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Customizable just to you. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today.
Mark Tauscher here, and as we count down to the official start of summer in Wisconsin, you know what beverage you'll find in my hand when enjoying some time outdoors. The cool, refreshing taste of an ice-cold Coors Light. At a baseball game in Milwaukee, grilling in the backyard, out on the golf course, every experience goes from good to great with a Rocky Mountain cold Coors Light. Coors Light is brewed with the 3-step cold process, cold lagered, cold filtered, and cold packaged, so it's actually made to chill. The mountains on Coors Light's cold activated bottles and cans turn blue. That's when you know it is chilled to perfection, which, besides the refreshing taste, is my favorite thing about drinking Coors Light. Refreshingly cold and only 102 calories, Coors Light is made to chill. Celebrate responsibly. Coors Brewing Company, a Golden, Colorado.
Rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute.
This Badger Minute brought to you by Steinhoffels. Shop Steinhoffels Memorial Day sale. Get $75 off every $799, plus 60-month 0% financing. Only at Steinhoffels and Steinhoffels.com.
With your Badger Minute, I'm Riley Yao. Badgers legend Barry Alvarez appeared on Wilde and Tausch Friday afternoon and said it didn't bother him that he wasn't included on the search committee for Wisconsin's new athletic director.
You know, I don't have a problem. I don't have to be on the committee. Looking at the list that they have, it's a strong list of people that understand athletics and the university, and they'll do a good job. It's a great job. It's coveted, I think, within the business, the city of Madison, the Big Ten, the university. I mean, it's a plum.
Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin doesn't play games. Just straightforward pricing, premium quality, and trusted Pella certified installation. Visit PellaWI.com today.
Hi, I'm Dr. Joseph Henningsen with Stoughton Health Ortho Team Clinic. I specialize in joint pain and joint pain surgery, specifically hip and knee replacement, including second-time surgery for hip and knee replacement.
Learn more at orthoteam.com.
To those who've ever dreamt of their perfect event, those dreams are worthy and they are possible. Hi, it's Jeffrey from Celebrations Entertainment. With hard work, passion, and great music, we will make your event dreams a reality. Every event is a labor of love, with one-on-one planning, customization, and flawless execution. Bringing your event to life is what we do. For a fun, memorable event, visit celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
I'm sure you feel the weather. You deserve better windows and doors. At Siding Unlimited, we install top-of-the-line wood, vinyl, and fiberglass windows with options to fit your style, color, and design choices. Built for energy efficiency, installed by our professional craftsmen at Siding Unlimited. Siding Unlimited, experience, integrity, craftsmanship. Stop by our amazing Madison showroom and visit sidingunlimited.com today.
Looking to take your baseball game to the next level this offseason? GRB Rays Youth Fall Baseball is built for player development, giving athletes the reps they need to improve. With 2 practices each week and games on Sundays, players stay sharp and keep growing all fall long. And more importantly, the opportunity to elevate their skills when it matters most. Don't just maintain, get better. Register for this fall now at rays.grbacademy.com. That's rays.grbacademy.com.
Join the Madison Money Guy, Christian Finfrock, for Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Get the information you need as you plan for retirement. That's Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Investment advisory services offered through Retirement Income Strategies, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
Hey, it's Riley Yauk. Stay in the know on area high school sports and follow ESPN Madison on social media for Prep Mania on Deck, each week's preview for the top games and events. Prep Mania on Deck is brought to you by Zimbrick Honda, a proud supporter of high school sports and local communities.
This is our crew.
Pitch and a high fly ball deep left field. This ball's way back and way gone. Wilde Bill, a 3-run shot.
We are Madison's home of the Brewers. 100.5 ESPN.
OTAs continue this week. There's one today, there's one tomorrow, and there's one on Thursday. We do not know officially yet when the OTA that'll be open to the media will be, but I think it's going to be tomorrow. We don't have official news on that, though. But they are practicing today. In fact, they should be practicing right now, closed to the media. Tausch, this is what we talked about on Sunday Karma yesterday. So the latest on Josh Jacobs, as we talked about last week, Wednesday, when this played out, the Brown County District Attorney's Office, for now, has determined that there needs to be more investigation into this alleged domestic abuse incident. He has been freed from jail. They are going to continue to gather evidence to decide whether or not charges will be formally pursued, and if so, what those would be. So the question that Craig and Strofe and Kyle and I tackled was, does Josh Jacobs take part in OTAs?
No, I think until all of this gets sorted out, I would say no. Now, you get to training camp, and let's say, at that point, if he's not charged, then yes. But as far as all of the other stuff goes, I think it's a tricky call, but you probably let Josh go about and handle his business. He can work out, he can do all of the things, because right now he was detained, right? He was put in the Brown County jail, and he has not been charged with anything. So
as
there
of
does
now,
need
he
to
is
be
not being charged, correct?
So I would say from an organizational standpoint, if he wants to come in and go to work, you're going to let him come into work.
That's what I was going to say.
You want to have the conversation to say, you know what, let's let this thing kind of work itself out. You know the system. You know what we're doing. You're going to be in great shape, all of those things. Let's give it this month and a half, 2 months before training camp. But something has to give here. Like the Brown County DA has to either do something or they don't. And however that is plays itself out, that will dictate whether or not Josh Jacobs is, because if he is not charged and there is no other further evidence and nothing's happening, he needs to go back to work. Right. If there is, then all of a sudden all these other things come into play. So at this point, with it being June 1, I am not rushing anything or doing anything other than saying, let's just give it a beat here, give it a couple of weeks.
All right, so he comes to you, because this was what I said to Craig and Strofe yesterday. And these are obviously very different situations, but like when Paula was battling breast cancer 5.5 years ago, obviously I did everything I could to support her. It was during COVID, so I couldn't even go to her treatments, which sucked. But, whether it was with Maddie and Sid or whatever it was, I did everything I could to be supportive, including growing my hair out since she wouldn't let me shave my head. But I found that doing the show and covering the team, although we had to do it remotely because of COVID, was something that, and again, this is not apples to apples, but it allowed me to not think about what we were going through and what she was going through. In Josh Jacobs' case, and this is why I would be curious, if Josh Jacobs comes to Matt LaFleur and Goody and says, guys, I got to work. Like, I need this. Like, and again, let me be clear. I am not absolving him of anything. We don't know what is going to come of this. So no one is saying guilty, innocent. I'm not saying any of that. I am telling you at this point, the DA's office has not decided yet on if to charge him, and if so, what to charge him with. So right now, this cloud is certainly over him and the team, and he may very well end up being charged with something. But right now, he's not charged. If he comes to you and says, look, I need football. I need to be out there. I need to be doing something where I'm not thinking about this and whatever else. Do you say no then if you're Goody and LaFleur? Because I'm just telling you from personal experience with a very different type of distraction that sometimes work was good for me.
Yeah, I don't think it's such a comp that just doesn't it doesn't equivocate, because this is criminal, and there are things that are at play here that you as an organization have to look out for your best interest too. So that's why I get your point on you wanted to go to work. I get that. You want to have a distraction. It happens, and a lot of times they'll say playing football when someone passes away, it's a great testament to them, and it's also a good way to distract you from the feelings that you're having. That is not the case here. This is the Packers organization needs to look at this and say, just let's let this thing figure itself out. You can't do that when you get into the regular season. The decisions have to be made. But right now it's June 1, and it's a voluntary camp. So we're going to voluntarily ask you to not come, because we want you to handle your business off the field. We want you to have all of this cleared up so that you can come back and play, or you need to get this stuff figured out. So I understand the sentiment of where you're coming from, but it just does not fit in this case. This isn't I want to do this because this will make me feel better. That's unfortunately not where this scenario plays.
So forget about the reasoning. If he comes to Goody and
but the reasoning does matter, and that was
I understand. But if you're Goody or LaFleur, though, you're saying, look, we understand you want to practice, but we don't think it's a good idea until this is decided one way or the other. We think it would be best. That's how you would, if you're Goody or LaFleur. Like if they have practice tomorrow, we go out there. I should be surprised if I see number 8 taking hand.
Yes, absolutely. It just doesn't make any sense at this point. It's not even a week since it's been about a week since the arrest happened,
Right.
Let this thing figure out. And if the DA comes out and says he's completely absolved, there's nothing, then you have that conversation. Until that happens, at this point in the season, no, absolutely. I want everything handled before I bring people in.
Well, we will see what happens tomorrow if and when we are at practice. But again, I'd be very curious, and I will, if he's not practicing, I will ask Matt LaFleur, and he may or may not answer the question, but I am curious to know who's...
He shouldn't answer it, so...
that's also very true, and that's how he handled it last week as well. If you need a getaway, you don't have to jump on a plane or board a cruise ship to feel like you've escaped. Your next getaway is waiting for you in Milwaukee at Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Start with the stay. Biggest hotel rooms in Milwaukee, nearly 500 beautifully designed rooms and luxury suites that are perfect for a weekend reset, a date night, or celebrating something big, and you're just steps away from all the fun stuff that's happening inside. And if you're hungry, you've got so many options. Premium steaks at Dream Dance Steakhouse, pizza, burritos, quick bites at the marketplace, rock and brews for that high-energy vibe and for the great salmon with the scalloped potatoes, which I love. Canal Street Cafe, Ruyi Asian Kitchen, Cream City Coffee Company. Listen to all those places you can go to eat. And there's food and drink specials happening all the time. And if you're planning a wedding, a birthday, or an anniversary, we're having an anniversary, their event spaces are built to make it unforgettable. Sophisticated relaxation, incredible flavor, a full night out all in one place at Potawatomi Casino Hotel. The 11 o'clock hour begins with our 10 for 10 series. That starts in 2 minutes, so stick around. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Mark Tauscher here for Chalmers Jewelers. I've been a big fan of Scott, Garrett, and the whole team at Chalmers Jewelers for years now. I go there, my friends go there, and most importantly, my wife loves it whenever I get her something from Chalmers Jewelers. It's my go-to spot for birthdays, anniversaries, and any special occasion. For quality jewelry and a great experience, choose Chalmers Jewelers, the place to go for that perfect gift. Stop at Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton and Madison.
Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton
and Madison.
This is former Wisconsin linebacker Chris Orr. You're listening to 100.5 ESPN, WTLX, Monona, Madison, a good Karma Brands radio station on Wisconsin.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good morning, Madison and streamers everywhere. I'm Jesse Nelson. Sports Center, brought to you by the ESPN Wisconsin app. Live streaming of your favorite ESPN Wisconsin shows, easy access to ESPN Madison on YouTube, and daily podcasts so you don't ever miss a second. Your state, your teams, your ESPN. Download the ESPN Wisconsin app today. All 5 teams in the National League Central still over 500 as the calendar turns to June 1st. You know what else remains the same? The Brewers are hot, as is Jacob Mizorowski. On the mound yesterday, that right arm propelling the Brewers to a 2-0 shutout win, taking 2 of 3 from Houston over the weekend. Miz, 7 shutout innings, no walks, 3 hits allowed, 8 strikeouts against the Astros, capping a sensational month of May on the mound. The Brewers back at American Family Field tonight, first of a 4-game series, hosting the San Francisco Giants. First pitch tonight set for 6:40. Listen to it right here on Madison's home of the Brewers, 100.5 ESPN. Football OTAs continue this week for the Packers up in Green Bay. The latest from Rob Domofsky at ESPN.com.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com. 3-time Wisconsin Sports Writer of the Year, Jason Wilde.
Joining us now is the Green Bay Packers' new head coach, Matt LaFleur on Wilde and Tausch.
Packers Hall of Famer Mark Tauscher.
Matt LaFleur, Matt Nagy, and Matt Patricia. Who is the most famous non-NFC North head coach not named Matt. No, I'm sorry.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio at ESPN Madison.
Who is the most famous non-NFC North head coach named Matt? Matt Damon, Matt Ryan, somebody else.
And celebrating 10 great years on ESPN Wisconsin.
Can you repeat that question?
Sorry.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
The 11 o'clock hour. Are we going to do that every single day till the end of time?
That's the plan.
I don't think there could be anything worse. Like, is there any worse?
No, that's the point.
What the hell were you trying to do there? I'm still trying. Like, man. We've done 15 hours a week now for the most part for 10 years. That was one you were so nervous.
I was. I'd covered Mike McCarthy for 12 years and 12 games before he got fired with 4 games to go. And this was the new coach. And we got him on the show, and I choked. It was terrible. I think Matt and I have come a long way since then. Not Matt Nagy.
Now you're calling him from bed.
I think he called me. So it is the 11 o'clock hour of Wilde and Tausch as the 10-year celebration extravaganza kicks off today and carries us through the actual anniversary date. As we mentioned earlier in the program, we are doing our 10 for 10 series presented by Outdoor Living Unlimited, where we chat with some of the people that helped us get to where we are today. And there was no one who made more sense to be our first 10 for 10 than the OG himself. He is the original producer who made a potentially cataclysmic career decision to leave our show, which led to Jesse being our producer. And I've never quite forgiven him for it, but I love him like a brother. Kicking off the 10 for 10 series presented by Outdoor Living Unlimited, he is the original producer of Wilde and Tausch, and now he is the executive producer and co-host of Thanalysis with Giannis Antetokounmpo for as long as that lasts.
Jeez, you're brutal. All right, let me rephrase that. This is the worst intro that we've ever had.
No, I think it's pretty good, actually.
Tony, you made a catastrophic career decision leaving us, and now we don't know how long your new show is going to be. What else is going on?
It is Tony Cartagena on Wilde and Tausch. Tony, you still waiting for that Vikings Super Bowl championship, too?
Oh my man, God. I missed you guys. That was 2 epic opens in a row there. I'm so glad Jesse found the footage of that, because when we did your intro for Coach LaFleur there, Jason, when that was happening in real time, I was in the studio producing it, sweating, just thinking.
It was so
and the problem was, I wanted that interview to go so like non-football, because it was like a let's get to know this new head coach, and I was so proud of you for like stepping outside of that comfort zone of being like, all right, let's talk about defense. No, you went for it, man.
And fell off the cliff.
But you
went. What do you mean what did he go for? What are you talking about? What did he go for?
He just tried to do something different. It wasn't like what's your relationship like with 12? What's this? What's that? It was like let's be goofy. Let's have some fun with it. Introduce him to the show. Has he ever been back?
Yes,
he has. Let's be incredibly awkward and make the first impression super goofy.
First of all, we all agree. I failed. But by the way, that was part of a rapid fire last part of the interview. That was not how we welcomed him onto the show. So let's
forgot
make sure. I'm sure you did. Tony,
you could have just. What's up?
Enough about me. Let's talk about you.
Well, I made a catastrophic career decision.
Cataclysmic, cataclysmic.
I'm not even sure that's the right word that he was trying to use.
It's definitely the right word. I almost took out your show, leaving you with Jesse for the last 7 or 8 years. So, yeah.
So you're surprised we even had you back on? Is that what you're saying?
Oh, I'm shocked you guys still have my phone number, much less still had me on the air.
Hey, do you have that Instagram password? We're still trying to find that too. Is that you have that? Anywhere?
We could use that
because that's gone.
It was in an old email somewhere. Down the line.
Sure to get dug up from somebody somewhere.
Well, other than locking us out of Instagram for the past 8 years, we love you like a brother. We loved having you as our producer. We are proud of all the things you've done successfully since then. But I think we have to address the elephant in the room first. Why'd you ever leave? Look at us now. You should have never left.
Shouldn't have left. However, things worked out in the long run. I think for everyone, the show, it worked out for sure. You guys are still incredible and have gotten better. That's the nicest thing I'll say about you guys. A whole segment.
Okay, that's enough.
Year.
Yeah,
we're done there. Jesse, close your headphones for a second. Jesse does a really good job producing for you guys. Okay, now I'm actually done.
Does he? Okay, that's good to hear.
You guys are it's the best sports show in the state. It has been since 2016. It will continue to be. It's not even remotely close. And I'm friends with other people who do shows, so that work in the same building. But no, I don't. You know what? Honestly, they let me start this show as a really dumb 23-year-old for a couple of years, and doing the show originally was incredible. And I was at a point in my life where I think I just needed to try something different, and opportunities weren't really coming along the way I had hoped for. And it wasn't even like I wanted to host, I wanted to do this. I just wanted to, I thought I owed it to myself a little bit to try something different, try something new. That failed too. COVID happened. So I ended up things coming full circle. But I did get an opportunity to really try to learn some new things, different fields. I did have a stretch when I wasn't producing or working in media at all, working at Feeding America, which was incredible to do and be part of some really opportunities where I wouldn't have had that had I stayed in media for the entire stretch of my professional career post college. I'm glad I found my way back, but it was just like some soul searching, getting back to being able to help people do things that I really cared about in a community I really cared about. So it was a long road. It was very, very hard decisions. I didn't listen to you guys for the first couple months after leaving because it made me sad. But I think the best thing for me personally and professionally at the time was to step away. And now I'm glad to be back in the mix with Good Karma and ESPN Milwaukee media-wise. But I wouldn't be sitting here today doing what I'm doing now had I never left the show back when I did. So it sucked, but it did work out.
What do you guys think of doing a TC hour before the Wonelli, just to kind of compare and contrast? Are we on board with that idea, or is that?
I like that idea.
I'm always down.
Okay.
So if we're gonna do that, and Lord knows we don't pay attention to the clock, which is one consistent thing dating back to the time you were producing.
That was not your fault, Tony, that we never run the clock.
No clock.
You've been completely absolved now. So before we do the TC hour, let me just ask you this. So, and I said it somewhat jokingly, but first of all, for those that don't know, behind the scenes, you are producing our show again. It's just in Milwaukee. You're kind of our silent partner, which is awesome. But in all seriousness, with the uncertainty with Giannis and the incredible success that you and Thanasis have had,
Tony,
with the
what's
podcast,
Giannis going to do? What's Giannis going to do, Tony?
That's actually not what I was going to ask. What are you going to do if they both leave is what I was going to ask.
It's a great question. It's one I literally get everywhere all the time. I think what we've built with Analysis is it obviously has a base and has roots here in Milwaukee. But as the show continues to grow, we've expanded a little bit. So if something would happen, I think we take more of a national approach. We might have fewer Milwaukee Brewers on the show, but we might just have bigger, more nationally known people. I think what we've kind of grown over the last 2.5 years as a show is pretty incredible and has gained some national recognition. And I think that we'll continue to grow that, whether it's in Milwaukee or elsewhere. Obviously, I think everyone here hopes that we're still working in Milwaukee and doing our thing that way, but I think it'll, time will tell, and we'll figure things out from there. But I know Thanasis is still interested in basketball. whether that's in the NBA or in Greece or wherever he is. His body's healthy. He's got a couple years left in him, so we'll figure it out from there. But it's not necessarily tied to what Giannis and the Bucks do by any means. I think it's just tied to how we want to continue this show and how we both want to evolve the show while evolving our careers as well. So it's very exciting. It's a little stressful, but it's super exciting. And we have the backing of Good Karma Brands, which is national as well. So I think we're all in a very, very good spot.
Well, in honor of one of your guests from the last Thanalysis Live, woo! We're going to do a real TC hour next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Mark Tauscher here, encouraging you to save money and help save the planet by making an energy switch to Everlight Solar. Whether it's for an upcoming summer vacation, college tuition, in advance of a life-changing purchase, or just because you're financially responsible, everybody is always looking to save money. Well, you can save money and help save the planet by making an energy switch with Everlight Solar. Our family made the switch to solar after looking around for quite some time. At first, we weren't quite sure where to even start. That's when we met the great team over at Everlight Solar. From the very first conversation, they educated us on the benefits of solar while also helping keep the process simple. Join us in saving a ton of money and creating a greener environment for our family and the community by switching to solar. Learn more. Schedule a free consultation at everlightsolar.com. That's everlightsolar.com.
All day, every day, the Carbless Talk and Text line is open for you. 844-770-3776. The Carbless Talk and Text line. This is more.
Life moves fast. Your car should move with it. At Zimbrick Chevrolet, they've got a vehicle and payment options that fit every stage of your journey. Just graduated? Start smart in a Chevy Trax. Stylish, efficient, and budget-friendly. Growing your family? The Equinox gives you the space and versatility you need. And when life gets even bigger, the Traverse or Tahoe is ready for it all. Kids, carpools, and road trips. Visit them today in Sun Prairie or online at ZimbrickChevrolet.com. Zimbrick Chevrolet, the name you can trust.
Hello, I'm John Hayes, the owner of Goodman's Jewelers. It's been my pleasure to serve this community from this incredible store for over 4 decades. We stand upon high standards and classic traditions, pillars like honesty and integrity. Stop into Goodman's Jewelers, the longest-standing full-service jewelry store in the heart of Madison at 220 State Street. Goodman's Jewelers, the diamond store of Madison since 1933.
The best is at Goodman's.
An unsuspecting driver at a Milwaukee barbershop.
I got an apprentice here shadowing me. I'm gonna put this hot towel on, man. About a good 3 minutes, all right?
The apprentice is Donald Driver.
So when you come here, you drive?
Yes.
Your car got seatbelts?
Yeah.
You wear them?
No.
Okay, but why not?
Because I don't want to.
But do you know you can get a ticket for that? I'm gonna give you a ticket. Bet you wish you buckle up now.
Oh my God. Donald Driver can't always be there to remind you.
Take it, click it. There we go. Click it or ticket.
And let's reduce fatalities on Wisconsin roadways. Sponsored by Wisconsin DOT.
Hi, it's Dave from Canopy Wealth Management. Many people are balancing retirement planning, college costs, and caring for aging parents, often all at once. With extensive experience, the Canopy team has helped others navigate these same challenges and can be a trusted thought partner as you prioritize what matters most. Canopy Wealth Management. Care, competence, clarity. It's not just a tagline, it's our promise. Get started today at canopy-wealth.com.
Paid for by Canopy Wealth Management. Canopy Wealth Management is registered as an investment advisor with the SEC.
Looking to take your baseball game to the next level this offseason? GRB Ray's Youth Fall Baseball is built for player development, giving athletes the reps they need to improve. With 2 practices each week and games on Sundays, players stay sharp and keep growing all fall long. And more importantly, the opportunity to elevate their skills when it matters most. Don't just maintain, get better. Register for this fall now at raise.grbacademy.com. That's raise.grbacademy.com.
Brian Butch here. From high school All-American to Division I to the pros, I know the value of gear that works as hard as you do. And with Father's Day coming up, Iron Jock has some great bundle deals for every kind of dad. Get a performance t-shirt and low-cut socks for just $35, a polo and cap bundle for $65, or grab a lightweight hoodie and jogger set for only $100. Iron Jock gear is moisture-wicking, anti-static, built with 4-way stretch, and powered by Silver Ion technology to help eliminate odor-causing bacteria. Shop Father's Day bundles now through June 21st at ironjock.com.
Wilde and Tausch on 100.5 ESPN is brought to you by Everlight Solar. Save money, save the planet. Everlight Solar. What if I told you, 10 years ago, one show began,
Our very first guest, Aaron Rodgers.
and despite what some expected,
What number would you set for how many shows we do together?
I'm going to say you do about 230. Then Tausch kind of bows out.
it had become iconic.
Yeah, this is for Mark Tausch, or Tausch, as they say. This negativity's got to stop.
And what if I told you,
You were rated as a 6th-round pick. Last time I checked, you went in the 7th round, so I kind of overrated you with the 6th-round grade. You were trying to destroy my career of 46 years, and I don't appreciate it.
10 key contributors
Joining us now, it's like anything. It's time for Mike McCarthy.
shaped the legacy of the show?
I have to, apologize for my negative attitude towards you for all those years. I actually enjoyed my 1 year in the media.
Wilde and Tausch's 10th anniversary is presented by Steinhoffels. And this is the 10 for 10 series, built by Outdoor Living Unlimited, Wisconsin's best deck builders.
Wow, that it brought tears to my eyes. It is our 10 for 10 series. Tony Cartagena is our inaugural 10 for 10 guest, again, presented by Outdoor Living Unlimited. And we're going to throw it back to year one. Time now for the real TC Hours. TC?
Is there no music? There's no music?
Open. He's already sabotaging
We could really use a good producer.
The TC Hour on Wilde and Tausch. Brief, ridiculed, often interrupted. But now, the world's greatest producer has his time to shine. This is the real TC Hour.
Jesse, do me a favor, turn the music down so we don't get kicked off of YouTube.
Yeah, back when we had royalty music. Oh, those are the days.
2018, no doubt. Before this segment, I decided to look back. I did some soul searching, look back on some of the dumbest things I ever said on this show, and then I want you guys to say if you are a skeptic that it held up, or if you are a believer that, or maybe the other way around. I don't know. Tell me what you guys think about
this.
Some
This is
of the
very much on brand. This is great.
Nailing it.
Do you guys remember? It might have been 2017. I wanted to at one point trade Giannis Antetokounmpo for LeBron James.
No, you didn't.
What? 100% did. 100% did. And I think my justification was LeBron would get the Bucks to the finals. I think he had gone like 8 straight years or something wild. And I was like, oh, he'll get us to the finals because that's where I thought the Bucks could peak. Career-wise, manhood-wise, I'm glad I was wrong about that one.
Do you think would we have won a championship with LeBron?
Good question.
Probably.
No, probably not. But my whole thing as a Bucks fan then was like, oh, going to the finals was such a pipe dream. And then Giannis became like a 2-time MVP, probably should have won 6 of them, and a couple titles, and the rest is history. So, yeah, I was wrong there.
I would say, yeah, it would have been a big mistake, but I still think we would have probably won one with LeBron. But would it have been as meaningful as the way it worked itself out in 2021? No. That would have been what was the word you used? Cataclysmic? What was the word you used to describe Tony's career choices?
Cataclysmic,
Jason?
yep.
Cataclysmic.
Yep.
It would have been
like
a cataclysmic.
I don't know that word.
What's that?
That just sounds like 2 different words combined. Like he's going to say catastrophic, and then it's something different. I don't know.
Like an apocalyptic.
What?
Yeah,
Like,
I felt like it was apocalyptic.
A lot of big words
First
here.
of all, I don't ask for much on this show.
You ask for a
but
lot.
Words are the one thing that I do, right? Like you do this all the time to me. And I just
you're
don't
not
get
always
it.
right. You're not always right with it either, just for the record. So, Tony, to answer it, that is by far not your worst take that you've done in the TC Hour over the 2 years. By far.
One of them started like a weeks-long debate, and then it actually got brought up on a show pretty recently. I still, to this day, stand by the 2018 season in which they lost to the Falcons in the NFC Championship game, in the game that wasn't even close.
2016 season.
Correcty McGee over here, but he is right on this one.
It's kind of important fact.
Failure. Oh yeah, 18 was like the end. That was the
they fired McCarthy.
That was a failure.
Season,
that season was definitely.
We would all agree with you there.
10 years ago, 2016, failure of a season. I still stand by that one. What do you guys think? I know what Jason thinks.
No, it was not a failure. I didn't think at the time, but it was from a Green Bay perspective. If you don't win a championship and you have the MVP as the quarterback, it's an incredibly disappointing season. I minced words in that one, but failure was too strong, especially when you look at who that wide receiving core was at the end of that season. And to be able to dig out of the hole that they did, that was the table running, if I remember. Mm-hmm. That was a great stretch of football. And when you have Gooch playing right guard to finish up the championship, you're not going to win a lot of games. So I could never go that far. But the worst was you just wanted the Vikings to win a championship so that it was over with. There's no take that you had on the show. We still reference it because it was so bad. Somehow, if you produce our show, you have to have Viking stand-em in your blood at some point, and that we need to, at least we've eradicated it from Jesse now, but it wasn't that long ago that even Jesse was pulling for the Minnesota Vikings and Brett Favre.
You know what it was is as bad as this sounds. I think I got like tied into when people are like in the NCAA tournament or it's good for the conference, it's good for this. The Vikings were so good that year that I was just like, you know what, just get one. They're kind of I regret that take so much.
You should.
I don't think they're only the Chicago Cubs. The Bears fans don't even bother me as much as Minnesota Vikings fans. I hate them so. I hope they never win another game. This is the worst opinion I've ever had about anything, and I don't like bacon. People get on me on that all the time. I think it's disgusting. And this
have you had Jones Dairy Bacon? Have you had Jones Dairy Bacon though?
I have not had that one because I don't think.
Well, I'll get you some, and you'll love it. And you'll love it. Tony, so I have to admit, I think it was pre-show or maybe I wanted the curse to end. I was a fan when the Red Sox did. I was a fan of the Cubs, and by the way, I was completely wrong. I don't want them to win. The rivalry with the Cubs and Brewers was not that heated at that point.
Nope.
Obviously, it is now. We always looked at them like the lovable losers and all this, and then they got good and they won. And I thought it would be great for baseball, and it was. But I regret that take on my end too.
See, we've grown. This show is all about growth and maturity, and I'm still really dumb and not that mature. But I can say that was as bad of a mistake as the time I went on air, and I also said hunting was stupid in the state of Wisconsin.
Yeah, that was a dumb take.
Yeah. I said that without asking. I said I didn't understand it, so I just naturally said it was stupid, which was dumb.
Lessons learned.
And we got so many calls and emails and some angry emails, but I have grown from that one as well. So I have you guys to thank for that. On.
Well,
I will never ever root for the Vikings again. I promise. That was disgusting, pathetic behavior, and that's my short list of dumb things I've said on the airwaves.
We are so proud of the lessons you've learned and the person you are, and we played a small role in that, even though you did make a cataclysmic career decision, which is defined as causing a lot of destruction with a sudden or violent change.
I didn't say it wasn't a good word.
Strong.
It sounded like
cataclysmic is a bit strong for Tony's situation.
Well, it all worked out in the end. We are thrilled to have you back as a teammate now for several years. I got to do some cool stuff with Feeding America Eastern Wisconsin because of your time there too. But we love you like our brother. We're probably better off with Jesse as our producer, as much as it pains me to say it. But we're so glad you're the perfect person to kick off this series. TC, we love you, man, and thanks for helping us start the process of self-congratulatory celebration for the next several months.
You guys are the best. Thanks for having me. Congrats on 10 years.
That is Tony Cartagena, the original, the OG producer of Wilde and Tausch, as we kick off our 10 for 10 series presented by Outdoor Living Unlimited. More next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, driven by Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie on 100.5 ESPN. See their full inventory at ZimbrickChevrolet.com.
Mark Tauscher here for Pizza Hut. And when you look around right now, everything seems to be extra expensive in the world. Except this. Right now, get a large 3-topping pizza for just $10 at Pizza Hut. Try it on Pizza Hut's new hand-tossed crust. Crispy and golden outside, soft and fluffy inside, finished with garlic parm seasoning. Available for delivery or carryout. Order today at pizzahut.com or on the Pizza Hut app. Pizza Hut. Feed good times. And remember, no one out-pizzas the Hut.
Creating lasting impressions every season, every day. That's the Olson Toon landscaping difference. Since 1997, Olson Toon has been transforming outdoor spaces across Dane County. From landscaping and concrete to excavation and maintenance, they're your one team for everything outdoors, keeping your property looking its best year-round. With experienced professionals and a collaborative approach, every project is built around your vision. Ready to elevate your space? Let's get started. Head to olsontoon.com today.
ESPN Wisconsin celebrates Wilde and Tausch's 10-year anniversary, presented by Steinhoffels.
Our very first guest, Aaron Rodgers. Give us an over-under on what number would you set for how many shows we do together?
Daily, 52 weeks a year. I'm going to say you do about 230.
Wilde and Tausch's 10th anniversary is also brought to you by Sendix, by Outdoor Living Unlimited, by Gruber Law Offices, and by Events by Design.
Company built for Wisconsin, backed by expertise. From our family to yours, roofing, window, siding, gutters, and doors. Your solution-based company, community strong, and service that will please. Get a free estimate today. The Exteriors Company, built for Wisconsin, backed by expertise.
Sports are changing. Faster, stronger, smarter. So should your beer. Flight by Yuengling, the next generation of light beer. 2.6 carbs, 95 calories, crisp and refreshing, no extra baggage, built for people who go hard. Still drinking the same old light beer? You're stuck. Flight is changing the game. Level up. Flight by Yuengling, the next generation of light beer. Wisconsin, are you keeping up? DJ Yuengling & Son, Pottsville, PA. Enjoy responsibly.
In 1987, the Bucks took on the world and changed basketball forever.
At stake, basketball supremacy in the United States.
Bucks versus the World, narrated by Charlie Behrens, is the new season of Behind the Bucks podcast, presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. It's the untold story of the 1987 McDonald's Open, when the Bucks became the first NBA team to face the Soviet Union. Listen now on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get podcasts.
Experience the future of recovery at Carbon World Health. They've brought Escape Robotic Massage to Madison, the world's first AI-powered, fully automated therapeutic massage that's customized to your body every time. Using advanced body scanning, Escape maps your muscles and delivers precision-calibrated pressure to release tension, reduce inflammation, and accelerate recovery. Book your Escape session at Carbon World Health and feel what the future of wellness really feels like. Carbon World Health, your body optimized.
Here's the thing. Buying jewelry should feel good. Not rushed, not pressured, and definitely not final if it's not right. That's why at Condon Jewelers you can exchange your purchase so you actually end up with what you really want. And when it comes to value, Condon Jewelers offers some of the best prices in the area without sacrificing quality, service, or trust. So whether you're celebrating a big moment or just treating yourself, you can shop confidently knowing they've got your back. Condon Jewelers, the jeweler on the east side, the jeweler on your side.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Customizable just to you. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today.
Time now for the TC. No, sorry. It was great to have TC back, though, wasn't it? It was fun. But time now for Wonelli.
If the topic is good, the guys discuss.
Just the other morning I had breakfast at Tracy Rocker's house. His mama brought out 15 flapjacks. He said, Mama, take back 5 of them flapjacks. I gotta stay hungry for the Crimson Tide.
But if it's not, the show must go on. It's time for
Whoa, Nelly!
On Wilde and Tausch.
By the way, have we addressed that Tausch isn't here anymore?
No, we have not. He mentioned at the beginning of the show he was teeing off at 11:30.
Yeah, he's going to golf. Yeah, so we'll see you. Bye, Tausch. Bye, Russell Wilson.
No, he's not retiring.
Yeah, so here we go. Adam Schefter sharing this while Tony was joining us for the 10 for 10 series presented by Outdoor Living Unlimited. From Adam Schefter, sources. 10-time Pro Bowl quarterback Russell Wilson is finalizing a deal to become a CBS sports analyst. Wilson,
guess that makes us teammates.
Oh, yeah, Channel 3. Yeah. You and Russ.
We're pals.
Wilson won a Super Bowl, the Walter Payton Man of the Year Award, and now leaves the NFL to become an analyst on the network's pregame show that includes James Brown, Nate Burleson, and Bill Cowher.
Yeah. Yeah, but he is not closing the door to playing, which I think is important to note. He, according to, it's hard for me to follow now all of the insider web since they're all sort of teammates, at least as much or more so than Russell and I are. He had an offer to be a backup, but he's choosing to do television instead, which felt a little spinny, right? But if it's true, it's true. So Russell Wilson to CBS, but evidently leaving the door ajar for playing football if he so gets the opportunity and desires. So we'll see.
Aaron Rodgers. If Jordan Love went down with an injury or was going on a retreat and had to be away from the Packers for 6 weeks this season, would you call Russell Wilson to step in for 6 weeks to keep it afloat?
Now that they've got Tyrod Taylor, I would say no. When they had Desmond Ridder, Kyle McCord, who is still with the ball club, and Kyron Drones, who's also still with the ball club, then yes, I might have considered that. It is interesting, by the way. He is in the YouTube comments while we are talking about Russell Wilson. They're talking about running back alternatives. And Jalen was apparently in Indianapolis last week, and they were running in the papers, which God bless them for reading newspapers, about the Packers wanting Jonathan Taylor and that it was mutual, and that they are still. Now, I have not seen that from the Indy Star that Jalen is mentioning in the ESPN Madison YouTube comments. But I'll tell you this, if I'm choosing an ex-Badger to have join the Packers, I'm taking JT23 over Mr. Unlimited.
Well, didn't you guys have that conversation on Friday? Like they, the JT thing was a thing. What, 3 years ago, 4 years ago?
Russell, Christian Watson for JT23.
So not that long ago. It was really like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
I would make that trade.
Way, that was a good idea. And then we had so many guests, we never really got back to it, which has been known to happen on this show. Russell, good luck to you. The Giants, meanwhile, bringing back OBJ, which I thought was also interesting while we were talking to Tony Cartagena.
Like, what's he been up to?
What team does that guy play for?
When did he even... He was on the Rams when they won the Super Bowl, and that was like 21.
So, yeah, he's...
I don't remember what he's done since then, if anything.
Yeah, it's like that... Is it Johnny Cash that sings, I've been everywhere, man? That was 2021 when he went from Cleveland to the Rams, and the Rams won the Super Bowl. Okay? And he tore his ACL again, if I recall, in the Super Bowl, right? Or in the playoff game before the Super Bowl. It's kind of like your question about history and Paul Revere. I don't remember the particulars, but he was injured at some point.
We just know he was on the Rams at some point that year.
And they won the Super Bowl.
Uh-huh.
So then he did not play in 2022. Nunca. Zero. Did not play. 2023, at age 31, he played for the Baltimore Ravens. Last year, he also didn't play. He played in 2024 with Miami for 9 games. But he did not play in 2022, did not play in 2025, and now he's rejoining the Giants in 2026. Which, if his name was Odell Marchevsky, I don't know if anybody's really, if he hasn't made that one catch, but maybe he played second base briefly, like maybe, but I don't think there's a whole lot of interest in him. But the Giants are bringing him back. Harbs, who had him in Baltimore in 23.
That's
so
true, yeah. He did have that stop in Baltimore, sure.
Whoa, Nelly!
Well, good luck to them. Let's talk about Miz for a second.
Now, we're calling him Miz. I was corrected while you were gone.
I saw that.
I can't call him The Miz because that's apparently a wrestler.
Well, yes. You can still, like, I think we usually call him Miz, but if you're saying The Miz is on the mound, you're not going to say...
Right, the Brewers call him what?
Interchangeably. Well, they call him Jacob Mizorowski.
Jacob Mizorowski.
Yeah.
No, they don't. Check their socials.
If we just keep it at Miz, M-I-Z, we're good. We'll just go with that.
Okay.
Miz
He's the only one that plays a real sport, though. That's not predetermined with the outcomes.
Miz in the month of May, 5-0 as a starting pitcher, 38 1/3 innings pitched, 14 hits allowed, 1 run allowed, 57 strikeouts, 6 walks, an 0.23 ERA.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
7 shutout innings yesterday, 3 hits, no walks, 8 strikeouts to put a cap on it as the Brewers beat the Astros 2-0. When we talk about CC Sabathia in 2008, and history remembers fondly the 2008 Milwaukee Brewers,
albeit inaccurately, by Paul Revere,
the midnight run of CC Sabathia. Miz's month of May is going to go down as one of the best pitching months for any Brewers pitcher ever.
Yeah.
Does it mean less because, as my friends and I like to say, it's May's ball instead of September?
Do you guys think you're clever with that?
Yeah, because we say, everyone gets up in arms about what happens in May, and we say it's May's ball.
Some people call for people's jobs.
Exactly, yes, May's ball. Because it's May, does it not mean as much? Because it's not August or September or October.
Yeah.
Because this was a and the teams he did it against, the Dodgers, the Yankees, the Cardinals, the Cubs, the Astros, he didn't just do it against, because Christopher Sanchez of the Phillies also had a phenomenal month, but he did it against far lesser opponents.
Sure.
It was as impressive as any pitching month.
He didn't give up any earned runs, if I saw that.
Correct, yeah, he did not give up a single run, but also had 12 fewer strikeouts, and how did the numbers fare here? I'm looking at Jeff Passan's tweet. He had 39 innings pitched, so about the same. Gave up 11 more hits. Walked 3 fewer. They both had amazing months. That's basically what it comes down to.
They did. It's true.
But will we not really care about what Miz did in May because it was May?
No, we care about it now on June 1st. And then we're going to care what he does down the stretch in August. And we're going to care what he does in September. And if you're a Brewers fan, hopefully you care about what he does in October because they're playing in October. But we don't we care about what we care about while we can care about it. Right? And then we'll wait and see if there's more to care about down the road. But look, my recommendation for anyone, and I'll steal this from Homer, who said this last year many times during what we thought might be the last remnants of us seeing Giannis in Milwaukee. Just enjoy it, right? Like, enjoy the Miz. I'm not saying that he's going to be traded or anything. I'm not saying any of those things. I'm just saying every time he pitches, you have a chance to see something really special. So enjoy it while it's happening. And hopefully it happens all the time for the next decade, right? In a Brewers uniform. But man, like the buzz that he generates, even I, as less than casual Brewers fan guy, even I perk up when he's pitching and check out the score or check my ESPN app or turn it on Brewers TV if it's on. Like it's working on me, Jesse. That's all I can say.
He's been phenomenal, and the national attention he's starting to get is well earned. And after last year, where he got to the All-Star game after just 5 games pitched, and there was some controversy around the selection, I feel like he's justifying that by coming out and being as electric as he is this year, following up on that performance in the playoffs and how he emerged last season. So really exciting to see how far he can help carry the Brewers this year. I would not be surprised if he gets a week off this week. That's probably not in the plans, but they play the Giants and the Rockies, who are 2 of the worst teams in the National League. I would not be surprised if suddenly we hear Murph say, we're going to move the rotation back a little bit. Wouldn't be surprised if that happens.
And your guy Sproat is struggling, is that correct?
Well, I've been a little out of the game, honestly, because I was on vacation. But
everyone loves that Jesse voice, by the way. The embarrassed admission of not knowing something.
Sproat looked like he pitched Saturday. Yeah, they struggled on Saturday.
I think the world's greatest manager, who you tried to get fired, actually said something critical of him about he can't. He's got to be better.
I discovered the what did they call what Uribe did? The crotch chop controversy.
Yeah.
I had not seen that until we were at a sports bar at Fenway, outside of Fenway Park, watching PTI. And it all of a sudden the crotch chop thing came up on their side thing, and I'm like, what is that? And then it was, it's the Brewers. Oh, who knew? And then I watched it. I was totally unplugged and didn't see that until we were at a sports bar at Fenway Park. Wild.
Yeah, the manager was not pleased with that either.
No, it was a bad look. After further review, not a good look for Abner Uribe.
Whoa, Nelly.
Yep.
Whoa, Nelly!
That's it.
Well,
got to save room for clip of the day.
As long as it's not the clip of... so we're really going to start the 11 o'clock hour like that every day?
Yes, sir.
That seems excessive, to say the least. What is not excessive is all the great perks that come from Associated Bank's Brewers Checking. That's right, 20% off at the Brewers team store, up to 50% off home game tickets, express entry through the Associated Bank entrance, pre-sale access to designated concerts and non-baseball events at AmFam Field, and the great savings both on your Brewers Baseball Academy registration, if one of your kiddos want to take part in that, or in the famous Racing Sausages 5K and 10K run walks at AmFam Field. So go to associatedbank.com/Brewers to find out more. Our clip of the day is next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is our crew.
2-2 pitch to Yelich, and a fly ball left center field, hit well. Racing back is Torres at the track, walk on! Christian Yelich.
Madison's home of the Brewers, 100.5 ESPN.
Mark Tauscher here, and if you know me, you know I love Wisconsin. That's why I'm a UW Credit Union member. Their team's been all about Wisconsin since 1931, and they love making banking easy for members. Whether it's with their convenient mobile app or with the great perks like early payday to get you paid sooner. Stop by any of their local branches or visit uwcu.org to join and become a UW Credit Union member like I did. Federally insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
Rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute.
This Badger Minute brought to you by the ESPN Wisconsin app. Your state, your teams, your ESPN. Available in the Apple and Android app stores. Download the ESPN Wisconsin app today.
With your Badger Minute, I'm Riley Yount. Badgers legend Barry Alvarez appeared on Wilde and Tausch Friday afternoon and said it didn't bother him that he wasn't included on the search committee for Wisconsin's new athletic director.
I don't have a problem. I don't have to be on the committee. Looking at the list that they have, it's a strong list of people that understand athletics and the university, and they'll do a good job. It's a great job. It's coveted, I think, within the business, the city of Madison, the Big Ten, the university. I mean, it's a plum.
Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin doesn't play games. Just straightforward pricing, premium quality, and trusted Pella certified installation. Visit PellaWI.com today. Shopping for new windows and doors shouldn't feel like a negotiation. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin doesn't believe in games. They never inflate pricing, and there's no high-pressure sales pitch. Just premium windows and doors built for long-term comfort, beauty, and peace of mind. Buy direct through Pella, and one trusted team handles everything with Pella certified installers every step of the way. Real pricing, premium quality, no games. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Schedule your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Brian Butch here. From high school All-American to Division I to the pros, I know the value of gear that works as hard as you do. And with Father's Day coming up, Iron Jock has some great bundle deals for every kind of dad. Get a performance t-shirt and low-cut socks for just $35, a polo and cap bundle for $65, or grab a lightweight hoodie and jogger set for only $100. Iron Jock gear is moisture-wicking, anti-static, built with 4-way stretch, and powered by silver ion technology to help eliminate odor-causing bacteria. Shop Father's Day bundles now through June 21st at ironjock.com.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Keeping up with vehicle maintenance is tough, so Metro Ford of Madison makes it easy with mobile service. Metro Ford will come directly to you, home, office, wherever your day takes you. Their Ford-certified techs handle oil changes, filters, batteries, wipers, inspections, and more, all without a visit to the dealership. You stay on schedule, we'll take care of the rest. Call 608-246-3600 today to book your mobile service appointment, and let service come to you. That's Metro Ford of Madison. Visit them at metrofordofmadison.com.
Hi, this is Lee, inviting you to Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton. We got a great happy hour every day of the week from 4 o'clock to 7, and our patio during the summer is open too. If you're getting married, a special occasion, a birthday, anniversary, or even a business meeting, we've got all the accommodations right here at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. You work hard and sometimes you're not sure what you want to do, where you want to spend your money. I want to encourage you to come into Ruth's Chris Steakhouse and say hello. It'd be a pleasure to meet you.
We're on the Badgers.
I think what jumped out to me first and foremost was Fickell's energy and his passion.
Because we're on Wisconsin sports.
I'd say that's only increased as I've had a chance to sit down with him more.
This is 100.5 ESPN.
Among our incredibly supportive partners from the jump, Grubel Offices. One call, that's all. We'll also be getting some calls from luminaries throughout our time on the air, and those will be brought to you by Grubel Offices. One call, that's all. 414-276-6666. Go to the website, gruber-law.com, to find out more. Time now for our clip of the day.
And is it the best for Trey Smack? I think Trey Smack could go in now a lot more comfortable, but the thing in sports, comfortability isn't great. Comfortability gets your blank beat. So you are also assuming that this young cat is completely motivated and is wanting to go out and prove that he's really good and has the support behind him, because there's a lot of guys that support is critical to building the confidence so they can go out and perform at a high level.
Still not sure I fully agree with that, but we'll see. And we'll see what Trey Smack can do tomorrow, guessing that we're going to be at that OTA, and we will report from there. That's it for us today. Thanks for coming along for the ride. Have a great day. Take care. Be good.
Miss any of today's episode of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin? Commercial-free full show podcasts are available free on the ESPN